What does it mean to start something from scratch? To go from 0 to 1? Not just in terms of your idea or your project, but in terms of like the community all around it. The shape of the way people think all around your idea. What does it mean to create all of that from scratch? How malleable is a city and a country? What happens if a large number of people in a city believe a particular thing? How does that affect the future of that city? What if they believe something positive? What if they believe something negative? How does it all unravel? In this episode of The Other Stuff, I talked to Satish Kanwar. He's a friend of mine, and I got to see him come up from Scarborough, Ontario, a city near Toronto, all the way to a situation where he sold his company to Shopify, and it ended up being a very life-changing experience for him. I think the kind of experience that he's gone through, like not a lot of people will ever go through. And the way that I saw him navigate that experience, it's been cool to see. He's a really high integrity person. He's a really good person. I used this conversation as a chance to kind of explore the past. What was his original aspirations? What were his original intentions? And how did they transform over time? Because he did achieve his vision. And what does all of that mean in terms of who he is now? What will he do next? How does he think about the person that he used to be? What would that person expect from him? There were a lot of interesting moments on this episode, some funny ones too. We did a kind of like canonical Saag taste test, I guess, if you will. Satish really loves Saag, so we tried Saag from a bunch of different places around Toronto, and to see which one was the best. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. It's cool to have the opportunity to use this show to talk to some of my friends, and hopefully as it keeps growing, to talk to more interesting people that I can learn from. It's like a great honor to be able to have these conversations. I hope we can keep doing this show, because this is like a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you for everything. Really appreciate you listening and supporting. If you like it, just keep letting us know. Thanks for everything. That was when Periscope first came out.
That was fun. I mean, this is all derivative of Periscope, right?
I guess. So I have a story with Periscope. So do you know what, Robbie? Do you guys know what Periscope is? All right, so look it up. It's like I guess like right now it's like Instagram Live. I guess it's basically just the ability to go live on your phone. It's Perescope. Mm-hmm. Periscope, yeah. So you might need to see a video of like what the interface is like.
It was pretty dope when Twitter acquired this thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we weren't in the video era of today where everything's default video. It was like a stretch bet.
Yeah. And because we were so on Twitter, we had to. Is this it?
I don't know.
Oh no! So this is like a person broadcasting. You need the interface. Type in Periscope Live interface.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, man.
How to use Periscope? Yeah.
Let's see. Wow, Ms. Elaine, she's gonna fucking show us. This is a whole fucking tutorial, man.
You gotta hit images.
Yeah, maybe go images.
Do that.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
And people could comment and stuff.
Yeah. So here's like, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Small ass image. Jeez. Something, man.
I mean, it's pretty old now.
Yeah. Hold on. We'll find it.
That's good. You could zoom around and see which people are live around the world.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So here, I'll just describe it. Okay, so it's an interface. It's basically like it's this app that you're just streaming. It's exactly like Instagram Live. Like you have basically a core video interface that is your camera and you're pointing it at things. Then as you're pointing it at things, like comments are popping up on the screen overlaid with the video behind it. And then there's like, there was hearts. There was hearts. So this heart thing that you now see on Instagram, I think has it. It's like, this was originally Periscope. Okay. So this app comes out. Yeah, this is good. This app comes out. Everyone knows this interface now, but at one point this interface was new. And this app comes out and, you know, Twitter buys it. Satish and I are very much on Twitter. And then what happens is people are like, hey, what's this app going to be? What can you do with this app, right? So my friend, Marco, who you know, he was like, hey, man, he's looking at this app and I'm like, look at this app. This is so cool, man. This is like a new mechanic. You can like live stream and then people can interact with you live. This is like really cool. He's like, yeah, this app is fucking stupid, man. And I'm like, why? He's like, it's so easy to game this. And you could see here on this left interface. So what's happening here is there's a title and an author, a user. And then if you tap that, it's going to go to the screen you see in the middle, which is the live stream. So he's like, it's stupid, man. This app, my friend Marco was like, this app is stupid. It's dumb. And I was like, why? He's like, because it's so easy to get a lot of views on this app. And I was like, well, how? Because I'm like, I'm just going to go live. There's like no followers. You know, I don't have any followers on this app. How could he know that? And he's like, watch. We were at Shopify. Office. He's like, create a new stream and just say, do you want me to kick this dude in the back? And then I was like, all right. So I literally created a new stream. Title is, do you want me to kick this dude in the back? And then I would walk around Shopify and I would just follow people. And it was just the back of somebody walking. And it's just like, and like in the comments, it's just like, kick him. Hey, push him down. Kick him. And it's like so many fucking views. It's like 100,000 views, like right away, like live viewers and shit like that. Interesting.
Dude, because it had discovery baked in because they wanted to show people what to do by showing them all these live examples. Right. And I remember my best Periscope experience was sitting in my condo together and OVO Fest was happening, kind of at its peak of OVO Fest. I don't know if it was Rihanna there that year or something like that. Like, should we go? Should we not? What do we do? And we go on the map in Periscope and start finding streams of people live streaming the concert while it's happening. And then we're just like, dialed in watching this and just determining if we should go to the parking lot. And to me that was internet got pretty rich.
It was a cool moment. It sounds like whatever now because you can just go and get a live stream so easily
on anything.
But at the time it was like really cool.
But X did a good job of acquiring and building these different things, man, between Periscope and Vine and a lot of the other work that they did. They got a lot, not X, Twitter. It gets a lot of flack for that era for different things, but they were like Snapchat has been like ahead of a lot of paradigms.
Totally. Yeah. We're going to come back to all that though. We're going to talk about, let's throw up that first vid. We got to talk to you about this. Well, why are you so shook?
You got, it's the archival content, man. You're finding archival content.
Not a lot.
This should be buried.
Okay, wait. Started seeing. This is actually a really, really good video because, like, I think a lot of people they look at you, at least in like the Toronto tech scene, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this guy Satish, you worked at Shopify and stuff like that." But I think it would be interesting to see how, like, it's a process, man. It's a process to get to that point.
It's a road.
It's a road, man. You know, and like, I think it would be interesting to explore this a little bit. Some of what I've seen. Okay. So this is, so this is, I guess this is a talk at TEDx Silicon North. And look, I thought this was a really interesting thing. I don't actually think I saw this when you did it. I think I maybe saw this randomly like a couple years ago. But this core idea, I didn't actually know that it was like an idea that you had formulated and presented, but it was definitely a core idea that at the time when you were talking about it, I definitely absorbed it, and it definitely influenced a lot of people, whether it was directly because they saw this or because of like what was happening around it. And I started, let's watch this first and then it'll make sense.
Thanks, David. Appreciate the great introduction.
introduction. I appreciate also everyone's time today.
Less
I'm
beard.
really fortunate to be here.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be sharing some of my insights with you. So hey, that's me. I'm an entrepreneur, a geek, and a friend. Now I've used the word friend to describe me for as long as I can remember. You know, the notion of friend defines me as close as the other words do. As close as the passion of being a geek, as close as the hustle of being an entrepreneur. By definition, friendship is a cooperative and supportive relationship between people. It's a really important one. In all the new conversations, the new faces, the new coffees I've had with people, I've approached them with the same mutual trust, knowledge, and respect that I would a friend. Now call it Canadian of me, but there's been no reason not to, really. I mean, all those conversations deserve the right questions to be asked, the right knowledge to be shared, the right quest for commonality. Now, over time, as a result of this, I've had a chance to meet a lot of people in this approach, a lot of friends. Over time, those friends have become peers, and slowly but surely, those peers have become communities. Now, what's really important is that the common thing between all of these things was really, really simple. And so I want to use our time together to explore something simple, is the relationship between coffee, conversation, and community, and the role of what I'll call the coffee meeting plays in innovation in Canada, just from my personal perspective. This is the Espresso Bar. It's just tucked away at Queen Street East, beside one of those cool brick and bean buildings where a lot of startups play. They serve Billy Espresso. It's one of my favorites that's readily available on the market. I was supposed to have my first coffee meeting ever here, or so I thought. I was a New Year's student just late in 2005. I showed up to a professional conference, and across the room, I spotted someone I would consider an industry expert. I mustered up my courage and went on over and introduced myself, exchanged a few good thoughts, and before I knew it, I had a business card. And I said, hey, would you mind if we grabbed a coffee sometime? I'd love to ask you some personal questions. To my surprise, he said yes, and we exchanged a few emails back and forth. I only got the meeting for 4 weeks later, but I was excited. Got my portfolio out, wrote down my questions that I had for him. I dressed up a little better than I do normally. I showed up in my car about 30 minutes sooner. I only grabbed a water because I wanted to make sure that I got to buy him the coffee. Sat down, 2 o'clock hit. No sign of him. It's okay, it was just 2. 2:15, shot him an email to make sure I was at the right Espresso Bar. 2:30, a phone call. 2:45, another one. At 3 o'clock, I got the latte to go, and I just sailed on my way home. I got an email later that afternoon telling me that he got caught up in some other meetings, and he found time to reschedule us. And I really thought to myself, I'm like, is this how it is? Is this how people are supposed to learn from each other? Is this how it should be? Is this how it has to be? And I realized really that no, there was no reason that that's how communities or peers or friends looked at each other. That I would never do that to someone else, that I understood the impact a coffee meeting could have on someone like me.
It's good, man. It's good stuff.
That's way back.
That's way back. And I think this, it's really interesting for me to watch this clip back, because I think this is like, in that clip, I see the same thing that I've seen, the kind of same core energy that I've seen throughout since I've known you, you know? There's a, like, why, like, well, you know, when I started going on walks, it's kind of the same idea. I just started going on walks with people to try to figure out what was going on. It was very natural. Mm-hmm. And when I started going on walks, I would like post them on Twitter and just say like, hey, I went for a walk with this person, you know, and this is what I learned. Went for a walk with this person, and this is what I learned. And it was like, it was interesting to see that, to do that, and to see other people were like, oh, I can go on a walk too. I'll go on a walk. But it was just, I wasn't actually doing anything new. I just started to do what we were already doing in the past, which was this. Mm-hmm. You know, you called it a coffee meeting. I'm calling it a walk. It's the same kind of concept. Mm-hmm. What do you like, what was going on at that time? Like in your head, like, cause like you clearly, I went back at that time and I looked at stuff, and there was like clearly like you guys had like a vision, like you had like a vision, because for anyone who doesn't know, you started a design studio called Jet Cooper, and it was very inspiring to a lot of people. It almost became like a community space as well. Like you had this like studio where you guys were doing mainly UX work, and even betting on UX at the time was like very innovative and very like risky in a way, because nobody was doing that.
Yeah, it wasn't fully realized or established that this was going to be a permanent way that people contribute to technology.
Yes. The idea that you would focus on the interface.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you did that was very futuristic, and I think it was intentional, but I didn't see it as being intentional at the time. It was you brought the future to Toronto in a way. Like, you know, you guys would like throw around your Twitter handles. Twitter was just like emerging in like San Francisco and stuff. And you guys were just like, we're going to use it. This is the predominant way like we communicate. This is what, you know, you started adopting a lot of these like futuristic things that I didn't see happening in Toronto.
Mm-hmm. We were the Foursquare champs across King and Spadina.
Yeah.
Top check-ins at every coffee shop, every restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Foursquare was a location-based app where it was actually really, really good.
So sick.
Yeah. And you would check into a place and like write your, you know, review or whatever.
Just that you were there.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that interface. It's good.
Look, to answer your question, since the very beginning of my career outside of corporate Canada, I had a very strong opinion that community was everything.
Yeah.
That we exist in an environment here in Canada where there is not a layer of people that have seen it, done it, made it, and are here with time and money to help the next generation lift up and do it again.
Yeah.
And so you can either look at that challenge, obstacle, that like just permanent component of our layer of time and say, this is impossible, right? And what I quickly realized is, look, I know a little bit about A, you know a little bit about B, he knows a little bit about C, D, E, etc. So we got to lift each other up.
Yeah.
Peer networks, community, people that gave a shit together about things.
Yeah.
And so all of our bets through building Jack Cooper were exactly adjacent to building the communities of people that cared about similar things.
Yeah.
Lean Coffee, Business Model Generation, Dribble Toronto, all of those, TEDx Toronto, all of these things were communities we either set up, established, or dramatically grew in terms of their experience inside the city. And for us, they brought us closer to people that knew about shit we didn't know.
Totally.
And that was the stepping stone, is lifting each other up, the cycle. I think we're still in a version of that today. Mm-hmm. I think people just assume because the world is even better connected, you can go live on any app anywhere, that they can access that knowledge everywhere. They can access that knowledge through LLMs. That's all good. But you got to sit across the table from people, take a coffee walk with people to really, I think, internalize and problem solve, like get yourself to the next step or the next solution or like whatever you're experiencing. And I think the pandemic kind of killed that spirit here because people were not connecting anymore in authentic ways. Why is that? Because you have to give a shit.
Right.
You have to like be across the table from someone that believes there's a mutual value here in talking about stuff together. Yeah. Not with like a specific end goal. I'm going to sell something to you. You're going to buy something from me. But that there's an energy exchange that's going to lead to us both walking away from this conversation smarter, better informed, better connected, and that all those things mean something.
Totally.
And so I think that I legitimately think that is the only reason Jack Cooper was successful. I think when we came into Shopify, everything we did in the first years was scale that playbook inside of Shopify. Shopify's event spaces, building out the 80 Spadina office, growing the dimension of communities or dimensions of communities that were now involved in Toronto and adjacent to tech. But it was like, you just got to surround yourself with people that have the same value set and care about the same things, because there's not this whole cohort of people that have seen it, done it, made it, sitting around with time and money who are going to do it for you or tell you the playbook. So that was my MO, and that's, I got the chance at this thing. Terrible name, TEDx Silicon North,
but
that was like
probably sounded hard
the vibe back then. To do that, and is it my best piece? I don't know, but
I think it's good. I think it's good.
The beard's gotten sharper, a little more confidence and pep in my step, but I think the message is the same today.
Totally, yeah. That's what I thought was so cool about it. Looking back, is like the consistency in the messaging was really good. I think like going through it, it's like when you were like building these events and like working on the community, I think a simple way for people to understand what that means is like in Toronto, if you look at things happening right now, it's like there's a scene emerging. And what was happening was there was a scene before, and it was like created by people who like did things and like, made things easier to understand for people, created spaces for people to meet, gave people permission, created, to like believe that they could do things. And I think when you were making Jack Cooper and when you were like, like doing this like community work and like, getting people, rallying people together, I think like, it's interesting. I didn't fully process that it was a thing because it was like all around me. And then even at Shopify, right? The 80 Spadina office. 80 Spadina was this office at King and Spadina, and it became like a really important hub. I don't think that people outside of the Shopify Toronto office understand how important of a hub that became, because not all of it relates to what Shopify did in terms of its core business. It became this like little cultural hub, and it was like this busy place. The company was like growing. There was like really, really smart people there. They used to have like these like catered lunches and stuff. So, you'd stop and like you would eat as a company, and there were so many smart people from like all different walks of life. I remember one time I saw some guy, he's sitting at the table. I didn't know who he was. I sat beside him. I'm like, hey, like, what's your name? And he was this guy who would just like, I think he like finished working at NASA or something. And it was just so cool. And then also people would bring their friends in, like for meetings and stuff. And so sometimes, you'd sit down at a table and then someone else was just sitting there. There was like these interesting collisions that were happening. And then there were events, like different kinds of events, there was like this area where people could sit, and there was like obviously like a projector and like seating area in front of it. And like, you would just go there. Sometimes you're leaving late or whatever, you'd go by, and there's like, I remember there was like film screenings, like film events and stuff, all different kinds of stuff. It's just, I don't think that, it's just interesting that you ran the same playbook. I don't think people fully understood that because even with Jack Cooper, you look at it, it's like, oh, okay, this is a design company, therefore they're doing design. This is Shopify. It is now in Toronto, therefore it's Shopify in Toronto. But I don't think that people realize like the playbook is, oh, okay, we're actually going to create community, and then the community is going to take care of everything else.
Yeah. You manufacture. Do you believe in karma?
Yeah, I think so.
You create karma. You surround yourself with good people, good energy, good opportunity. You create communities. And the only way to create real, authentic communities is to be selfless.
Right.
There is no version of a selfish community. There's no version of being a community creator where you're like, this is going to succeed because I'm going to make $1 million a year out of doing this.
Right.
You have to be giving to create a community. That's
right.
The only way people respond in a genuine and long-term way. So everything that we had the opportunity, thanks to Shopify's business model, to then scale inside the city at that time, we're talking 2013, probably through pandemic essentially, was having the leap of faith to scale that giving. The space is available. Food is paid for.
Yeah.
It's open to things that have nothing to do with Shopify.
Yeah.
It's available to employees who have interests that are divergent from everything else that's happening. They should curate community. But what you're doing is putting back into the world and the city in this case and these subsectors, this energy that this is a company that cares about community and people and these topics. And I just think that created like such a cascading wave of goodwill, of like positive energy and attention towards the company that then solved other problems, recruiting, customer acquisition, interest. And, you know, a big part of, you talked about 80 Spadina being important building at that time, hub. Obviously we both have biases in that, but I think so. And a thing that was really important to me in constructing that office, spending an unreasonable amount of time getting the Shopify logo outside the building.
Can you find this
physically
building?
Outside the building?
Yeah.
And man, I will not forget the day
it was
physically
crazy.
went up. Like I stood across the street. In fact, I then moved into a condo on Oxley Street where my balcony faced that logo because I was so fucking proud that we had put up this beacon at King and Spadina that we believe was going to be the center, continue and grow to be the center of tech in the city, that showed there's Canadian tech here, right?
Totally.
And
it was crazy.
it was dope. And it's so dope that Well Simple is in that space today.
Yeah.
And it can continue to serve in its different way, all those
Right
goals.
here. So it's taken down now.
It's been taken down now.
But
You
you
might
should
see the
find it.
shadow right there. Zoom in. See the bag?
Yeah, right there. To
Right
the,
there.
right. Go to the
Right
right,
there.
right there. Move
See
your,
the-
yeah. No,
No,
right
to the right.
to the right.
Open
right here.
your eyes.
Yeah.
Right there. The bag.
Yeah.
It was so
So
sick.
yeah, I think it was like really important too, because like in this at the time in this area, like so there's King and Spadina here, and there was a street called basically there was Maud Street, there was Brant Street, and then there was King and Spadina. So Satish's first office was at Maud Street, and he didn't let me work at Jet Cooper.
My bad.
So my alternative was I was like, I'm just gonna follow this guy around, which is what I did.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked.
And
For
I-
both of us, man.
yeah, for both of us. I don't think you should have hired me. And then so like yeah, he didn't. I think it was a good decision. And then so what happened is he opened an office in Mott Street, but it was so obvious to me when I met Satish for the first time. I don't know how this happens. I don't know how this happens, but when I met him, I was like, yo, this guy is a special guy. I don't know how. But yeah, I still see that today. Sometimes you can meet somebody, you just met him, and you're like, oh shit, this person's gonna do something. Tommy, yeah, for sure. Tommy, man, for sure. There he is. Look at him. What a handsome
So
Vietnamese.
beautiful.
What a handsome Vietnamese guy. Anyways, yeah, it's like you meet some people, and it's like you know, like really special guy. And like, so I met Satish, and I was like, oh wow, this is a really, really interesting dude. I think he's going to do some awesome work. And so when he was on Maud Street, he opened his office, and it was just crazy to me at that time to just to create an office off of like, there's no like VC funding or anything like that. You know, you're just like, hey, we're just good at what we do, and people are going to pay us to do it, and we're just going to try to get clients, right? And yeah, Maud Street looks
20 Mod right there. That's
yeah.
the
So
one.
right here, this is it, and it looks a lot different than like if you go to the other side, if you turn around, like what's across the street.
Yeah,
All this shit wasn't here.
Yeah.
Like this whole black building, I don't even think was here.
No.
And like the park got way better, you know. But like we were here on 20 Mod, and like Satish and his co-founder Vern, they opened this office, and I was just like, man, fuck, they have an office. They got this logo. They got like custom typography for their logo, and I was like, oh man, I gotta find a way to stay around with these guys. So I actually rented or paid for a single desk at this company called Matrix Meridian. And it was like down the hall, right? And it was like this IT company. And it was me and my co-founder, and we had like a little film studio, and we both fucking shared one desk. It's like I told the guy, I was like, hey man, I need a desk. And he's like, sure, you know, it's just down the hall. And but I didn't tell him that like two people were going to share.
And
this
be
small-
there 24/7.
24/7. We also use it as our apartment. Like, but like, yeah, but you know, he was down the hall. And then after, you know, as their company started doing better, they started to get more clients and stuff. Then they opened an office on Brant Street. And so like,
25 Brent.
yeah, it's close.
You
Yeah.
go walk down the street on.
Yeah. And so then he went here, and I was like, oh fuck, he's leaving Maud Street. Fuck. And then I was like, okay, you got to give me a desk. And he did. He gave me a desk, and like he gave us 2 desks, I think. And then we were in this. This was cool because this building, it was a very, very nice building, and I still like this building to this day.
beautiful.
It's a really nice, simple building. Not this one, the small one here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
Headgear. And the door wasn't orange at the time. And I remember, you know, sometime this, it just looks so nice. Just like this little quaint building. And Satish and Jet Cooper, they were, if you look at the windows in the middle, right here, that's where Jet Cooper was. And you would walk in, and you'd walk up a couple steps. And when you guys had this office, the place felt so real. It was like magical. It was like you guys had just like come up with this like idea, and it just felt like you were creating so much momentum. And I remember seeing that Headgear sign, and I remember thinking like, fuck, It's still their building though.
Mm-hmm.
It's still their spot, you know? And then you went from here. So I was in this space with you guys. And then you went from here to Chinatown.
That's right. Yeah,
which was
the Idea Couture building.
Yeah.
The address is failing me, but
It's above
south,
Dark Horse.
I know
It's kind of near Dark Horse, right?
north of it. So you got to go to. Oh man, yeah, that's the one. Exactly that one.
Okay,
How
yeah.
did you know?
So this is
Some pre-work. That's the building.
Yeah. So where is
Yeah,
it?
that's the one.
Okay.
This building, right?
Yeah. So you check this.
R&D. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the restaurant.
So this building. So I was like in India or some shit, and then like I was doing my own thing at this point. I had kind of gone into my own rabbit hole. I was trying to like learn video and take it more seriously, and then I come back, and then they're in this fucking building, and I was like, what is going on here? And then the thing was like a lot bigger, and I was just like. This guy's just on another level, man. like at some point it was like relatable. Like I'm like, okay, this guy's clear. Like he was always doing more shit than I was, and he was always like 2 steps ahead of me. Still is, maybe even fucking 5 steps ahead of me. But like when he went to this office, I was like, yo, I'm not this is on some other level, man. Like I don't even understand this. Like it was like a lot of rent.
Yeah.
It was like a big decision to move into this spot.
Yeah. This one was a financial risk. This was also us saying like we wanted to grow into at every stage of building that company. I think this is true for any bootstrapped company.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself like forward. You have to put yourself mentally into the state that you want to grow into. And for us, environment played a huge part in that.
Yeah.
Like we needed to live the version of the company we wanted to become. And that was our way of manifesting that into reality. There's no venture dollars that are forcing that manifestation or other stakeholders at the table or somebody telling you you literally had to pull yourself into the future you wanted.
Totally.
And I think you've been doing that with New, by the way, and
Thanks,
the
man.
way you guys navigate and call shots and make decisions. It's all risk,
Yeah.
right? And for us, these things are risk. In this building, these floors were controlled by an agency called Idea Couture. We respected their design thinking work very much in that time. We had an opportunity to sublease a whole floor that they weren't ready to grow into. And we were like, we're going to be in a building of other incredible, like capital D design talent in the city. That's the stuff we want to attract. We want people to feel that we're serious. And also this industry of UX and product at this point, which we had now brought into the business,
Totally.
has become more respected or understood. This is our way of doing that. This was also became the Shopify Toronto office. When we got acquired, they moved in here, and this was the building when Toby flew to Toronto to meet us at a time where we were just kind of, dancing.
Dancing? You mean thinking about
mutually contemplating. We were
Yeah.
like, hey, the Shopify should be a great client to Jet Cooper.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, like we don't hire agencies, so you got to meet Toby. He's going to come to Toronto. This was the office he walked around. We sat down for coffee at the coffee shop that used to be downstairs, Strata. And, before, our kind of butts are even the seat, he's like, I think we should just be one team. That's the only
Right
way
off
it's
the
gonna
rip?
work. Yeah, essentially.
So can you tell me like what happened? So he flies to Toronto, tell me the story. So he flies to Toronto.
Toby and Craig Miller, who was the first hire in Toronto, CMO Shopify at the time, come to the office to hang out.
So you meet him at
with
the
team.
office, or
They come here to the office.
So you met him in the office.
In the Jet Cooper
So they came
office.
up.
They came up.
And then you see him. You're in the office now. You see them.
Yes.
Okay.
I say, let me tell you a bit about what we do.
Yeah.
Like we'll sit down, chat, but let me show you around.
Yeah.
Show you around what you're describing. People got to feel
Totally.
that energy, feel that experience. So we walked around the office, kind of like pointing out aspects of the operation. People are sitting in pods. These are the cross-functional pods they work in together, UX, product, engineering. These are the rooms. They're designed this way for this type of collaboration that's cross-functional. This was kind of all the emerging ideology at the time. I think we were fairly ahead in it in kind of our respective work in the Canadian market. this is a space we host events and these are the kind of communities we host.
Yeah.
In fact, we don't just host them, we run TEDx Toronto, Dribble Toronto, et cetera, et cetera. Like the organizers of those things work at this company. Creative Mornings Toronto with Beirut, like many of these things. Those people literally work at this company and run those things. That's how integrated and passionate they are. No one knows who these two people are that I'm walking around the office, right? Except for one guy.
Who?
Adam Dollard.
Oh.
Ruby engineer.
Oh, yeah.
At the time.
Oh, yeah. That guy was awesome.
Great dude.
That guy's a funny guy.
Later, he's like, was that Tobias Luque, one of the core contributors to Ruby on Rails? As if like, you didn't even like, let me talk to him. Like, I'm a Ruby engineer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this company, Shopify, I got
You probably didn't even know.
No, I had Google, man. But,
so you knew.
I'm saying it's like, not the version of the company and the people and characters we know today.
Totally.
And then we went down, grabbed coffee, sat in a booth, and it's kind of like, hey, we're going to do we scoped out all this great work together. Yeah. Like, what should we do? And that's when he shot the shot.
So you genuinely in that moment thought that he was gonna, you were doing client work?
Yeah.
Genuinely?
I mean, there was, let me clarify. That was our genuine goal.
To do client work?
Yeah. That was our genuine objective. The people around that brought us together were also founders that Shopify had acquired right before us. And so I knew this was something that they had done before. Acquisition once. It was not the RMO or the context of the
But you had some sense it could be possible?
I had some sense that they might think it's possible.
But
we were going through like a whole transformative process in this period, of how we were going to grow into the next chapter.
Like what was business happening?
Well, we were getting ready to, like, we had a product side. This was like 37 Signals peak era. So you had a lot of studios that were bootstrapped building products on the side.
Totally.
And we had a version of that. And we were going to reintegrate those things into one, stronger, fulsome core agency business. And so we were, really just focused on how we were going to step up the next chapter of our business. Turns out, like, when you're getting ready to make a really big decision, is also the exact perfect time where you're open to any other big decision.
Totally.
Right. And so this kind of like moment in time, serendipitously, maybe through karma, maybe through other things, was like we were about to make a whole cascade of really big choices about the future of our business.
Totally.
And someone came to the table and said, I have a different future for your business.
Yeah.
And at any other point in time would have went right over our shoulders, like in one ear, out the other. What is this random thing? Anyways, we have a thing we're focused on and doing. And this time it like immediately was like all the other balls are up in the air.
Totally.
So like if we're juggling this all anyways, let's consider every opportunity.
So you're sitting in this booth.
Sitting in this booth.
Do you remember what Toby said?
I really think if we're going to do this, we need to do this as one team together. You guys should join Shopify.
And then what were you thinking in that moment?
I was like, how do I save this client deal?
Meaning you were like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, what do I say in this moment so we don't lose this really big client opportunity? Because
you're like, oh, this is like, I'm taking this towards some kind of path. I'm showing them the office. I think like this is what I think should happen next.
Like normally when we did that walk I described to you, showing people the energy, showing people the people. When I sat down, I think we only went to coffee because the boardroom was literally being used by a major client. Like we had one boardroom. So we got to go downstairs. And if you remember this office at the time, that downstairs coffee shop was our other boardrooms. Like we had one and people, you could go at any point in time. We had a tab for the company.
Yeah, I remember.
You go at any point in time, there's one-on-ones happening, client meeting. We were just
It was
all over
awesome.
this place. It was cool. It was like a free floor for like
Yeah.
a couple grand of like,
Yeah.
coffee bills
Totally.
a month and whatever Afshan Arthi put on the bill.
Yeah.
But like we went downstairs because like it was new. So usually I walk people through this office. I do this like, this is the culture of building. It's hard to see this kind of culture pretty much anywhere else in Toronto right
100%.
now. And I would sit down, they'd be like, take my money. I'd be like, this is great.
Yeah.
Right. And this time was like, I was really hoping it was going to be a similar, like, let's do this together. And
Yeah.
this was the response. And it really kind of, it was unexpected to the point that I was like, how do I like save this conversation?
Yeah.
And then,
what happens
rest
after
is
that?
history.
Well, what happens after that?
They came to Toronto, so we flew to Ottawa the next week. We flew to Ottawa and said, cool, like, let's understand what that means. What was this? Let's tell you more about why we're doing things the way we're doing and why that's maybe the best way to work together. Like, having these experts in this place, plus you're in Ottawa or in Toronto, like all these things. And Shopify was in the York Street office in Ottawa at the time, in the market, Byward Market. And we walked in, and I met Harley,
Yeah.
and everything I just told you about walking Toby and Craig through the Jack Cooper office, Harley walked Vernon and me through the Shopify office.
That's cool.
On York Street in Byward Market. And if you know anything about Harley, and then you also know anything about Shopify in that early scale emergent era, it was fucking awesome. It was like I walked in to a bizarro version of the tour I just gave, but way bigger. There were 200 people, so to me, way bigger at that time, like a literal 10x. And I'm seeing people that I only know on Twitter, that I respect as creatives who are working there. I see, a huge cafeteria full of like the same kind of like energy and vibe and like effort and conversation. You've got.
Did it look like this? I think this is.
That was literally Harley's pod.
Yeah.
That's
But was it that same office in Ottawa when I was there? No. Yeah.
This was pre York Street.
Yeah. This is the
one that you
that
saw.
I went
That's
to.
the
Yeah.
fancy one.
Yeah.
You got to put in York Street if it's there.
No.
Fancy one.
Mm.
That's a part of the one. At this point, the photos have all been probably pushed down from.
Yeah, because their new offices were
then
like crazy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
overshadowed.
not about aesthetic quality. I'm talking about cultural quality.
Totally. Can you describe what it looked like a little bit, if you remember?
Yeah, I think the office was like an office like this, but
Yeah.
they had taken over like a club that was connected that they turned into
Like a
the
nightclub?
cafeteria. I think it was a nightclub or something like. It was like a open store space that was like connected by like some adjoining kind of thing, and that's where the common space was. You just walk through open concept groupings of people that were just like building shit together. But I think it was just the density of young, extremely motivated people. And what my first observation was, this is a culture that is a bizarre world of our culture in Toronto. My second was, but they've landed on a exponentially better business model of how to build this culture.
Yeah.
Which is having an extremely successful product, which involved the 6 quiet years before that point that Toby and Daniel and Cody and everyone did what they did to get Shopify to that point. And so Vern and I got back on the Porter flight. I was like, yo, maybe this is something we need to actually think about.
Yeah. So then that's really cool. So then how do you go from that conversation with Vern on the flight to like, okay, we're doing this?
That's a blurry 9 weeks after that.
So on the flight, was that flight the moment where you basically decided you were going to do it?
That we were going to seriously consider it. Yeah. We made other trips there. There's people from Shopify that made trips here to Toronto. And we knew at that moment, this was summer, that if we were going to spend time on this, we had to really condense that time.
Yeah.
And, you know, the kind of things we were talking to Shopify about on the agency side were projects that were very like urgent, and they had a lot going on too. And so this whole thing from that first coffee sit down, first time meeting Toby, to the transaction closing and me becoming a Shopify employee was 10 weeks end to end.
Crazy.
Entire thing. Everything in the middle was a bit of a blur. And everything up to getting the term sheet around week 7, about like the deal was, I don't know if we're actually going to do this. And then the moment we signed that term sheet, I remember being with Vern, lights off inside that office in the back room, 2 of us, bottle of whiskey, looking at this thing and be like, yo, are we for real? Like, are we like, we worked.
It was just you two?
Yeah. We worked through a lot over our history to be in a position to have this sandbox. And there's a great deal of risk involved in doing this, in terms of losing that control. So like, do we have enough of intuition and instinct around the people, nothing to do with the money or other things, that this is going to increase our ability to have the sandbox? And, you know, like most moments for a founder, it had to make kind of a risk reward leap of faith. It was just like, you know, either at some point became like status quo or, you know, or not.
Totally. Yeah. I think like one thing that's interesting is like, I hope it's cool if I talk about this, but like, I'm just going to say it. So hope it's fine. But like, there was a moment after when we chatted, and you were like worried you made the wrong decision at one point, right?
Totally.
Because there's a process of, I mean, now they acquired Jack Cooper, and now you're going into their culture. What was that process like? Like, what was what was that?
Yeah, I think that first year of any acquisition for a founder, I think like, you know, is the make or break. And for us, it was like, you know, intentions and then real contact with like reality, because it's a functioning company of 200 people in a different city. And you know, if somebody misplaced their laptop, they're emailing the entire company. Totally. There is no such thing set up in the company as like a Google Meets or Hangouts or whatever, like ways to talk to each other without literally getting on a phone. And we had, for that year, we're living in this parallel environment where we're trying to wrap up all these old agency projects and onboard teams of our people into working on Shopify products.
It's big change.
These things. And, you know, in that period, especially the first 6 months of it, my entire focus as founder is that these people made a commitment to me. Everyone here in the company, right? I'm founder, CEO. These people made a commitment. So what I have to do is make sure I make good on them that this was a successful risk. Which in that period meant I actually didn't have a specific job. Everybody had a job. A designer was a designer, yada, yada, yada. Like,
a designer was a designer, a developer was a developer. You are this guy, CEO.
But Vern was a creative director. He's a UX director. Like I was a general Swiss Army life, like
CEO,
a general purpose person
in a new company.
There's no such job as that.
Yeah,
so
totally.
I adopted the first generic director of operations at Shopify title, and it was like figure out how to create value. So first 6 months are obvious, like make sure everybody else figures out how to create value. Right, get everybody into like a good position and close stuff out. And the second 6 months was like almost sheer like floating, just trying to figure out how can I be useful. Maybe there's no way for me to be useful here. I like built 80 Spadina. I found real estate. I was hiring like, EAs for front desk, the first engineers, just literally trying to figure out if there was like a place for me to do meaningful work here as someone that didn't fit the rest of the
Totally.
So that was pretty tough because I was like, you know, maybe I succeeded checkbox. I got everyone into a good position and the culture survived, but like at the cost of myself.
Totally. So to give you perspective now on the 80 Spadina office, it's like you're going from Mod to Brant to what was the address?
Spadina. It was a Spadina address.
So that's the Spadina Idea Couture building.
Yeah.
To now they sell the
maybe.
company. This is everything going through Satish's head. And now you get to 80 Spadina. 80 Spadina. Yeah. And now we're here.
Now we're here.
And so what happens is Satish is trying to figure out what to do. So part of what he does is he's got to establish this office. And he does. And then somehow, I guess, he figures out that everything he was doing at all those other buildings, he could just do here. But now he had like the support of this like company, of this team, of this whole thing. And so now imagine this guy that's like willing to do these coffee meetings and meet with everyone. And like, you know, they have this company, it's like bootstrapped, that they're getting clients and shit. Now he has the support of this like emerging company, and you found your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you found your pocket, and like the impact, I don't know how to describe this, but like the impact of what Satish and Vern and his team were doing on their own was like really high, super, super high. And then you take that and you put it into this context, and it just like, it was a crazy impact on like a lot of people's lives. The other thing that Shopify acquired that they don't fully understand that they acquired was when you have Jet Cooper. So they acquired Jet Cooper, which was the design studio that Satish co-founded with Vern. But the thing was that when you acquired Jet Cooper, you hired this whole fucking scene.
Got the scene.
Right. And they didn't even know that they did that. They had no idea. Like they're smart people. Toby's smart as hell, right? Harley's amazing person, right? Smart as hell. But they did not know that they hired the entire scene. And the way that happens is because as the Shopify Toronto office started to get their footing, right? Then what happened is all these guys at Shopify, they started hiring their super talented friends because there were so many people that were fucking slept on in Toronto. There were so many people, right? That were just like, there was so much talent. And so it became like this like vacuum almost, right? It just became like this like, and I don't think people understand how valuable that was.
2014 to 2016 were some of the most like fun and rewarding career years in history for me, because we literally pulled in, I felt like I was building like a Justice League. We pulled 100%. In every talented, slept on, unpaid, unleveraged talent, including yourself.
Yes.
Across every dimension of the company. And Fod, Rob Lay, Brandon Chu.
Yeah. There was many.
There's tons. There's endless names that I could.
Yeah. It's you can't name them all because the ones you can name are the ones related to you, and then each.
You did the same in your world.
Exactly.
There.
And other teams
Marco,
did too.
Yeah.
Yes, and other teams did too. And then these people were able to, you know, a lot of like from our friends are like in the film industry or in the creative industry, right? So it's like you're going from like contract to contract. And now it's like you go into like Shopify and it's like you have like a salary, and now you can like work on interesting projects while working on all of your own stuff. But it's hard to describe this. Like, try to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying like there's a scene. Like think about what a scene is. A scene is like you have it's like a network of people, and the company was able to access this network in a very like in a way that is not usual. It's because you guys were so involved in the community. It's like they had like an in, and they also got access to the hardest part of this process, which is that through us and through the people that were in Toronto, they got to figure out who the talent was. Because everyone that was there to join Shopify initially through Jack Cooper, they knew who the other talented people were. So anytime they needed someone, they would just be like, it's all good. That's the guy. Versus like normally what happens is you need to go through like a process to find these people, and maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. There's like certain kind of people that will apply to a process like that, certain kind of people that will not apply. I can say for myself, Shopify is an amazing company. They hire people that I don't think other people would hire, at least when I was there. But there's no way Shopify is going to hire me. There's no way. There's no way, man. There's absolutely no way. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to hire someone like me. And I think that's hard for people to understand, but you 100% know. And it's like, yep. And you know, I got it in because it was like, they're like, hey, like, you know, we need videos. We need to do this kind of stuff. So like, hey, we know a guy. Yeah. And then when I went in, you know, I was able to go. And once I started talking and asking questions, then they were like, okay, this guy's interesting.
And I think it's, you know, genuinely trajectory shifting for a company to enter a market and be able to help that talent realize its full potential.
100%.
Right? Because these are people extremely talented, under leveraged, unwilling to leave Canada.
Yeah.
Thank God. But also short of having important global financially rewarding problems to work on, you're stuck.
Totally.
You know, there's a path of entrepreneurs, 100%. That path isn't for everyone either.
Yeah.
Right? So you like, there's a massive void of like someone needs to fill with like economically viable, extremely high ambition projects.
Yeah.
And Shopify like literally just like dumped into the city. Like, great, here's a giant like dose of that.
Yes.
And people at the time were like, this is insane. Like, you can't hire like Shopify. I was like, no, everyone level up your ambition of stuff that you're giving people to work on. Like, it made the entire market more competitive.
Totally.
All I did was get flack for 5 years after that about talent density in the city. And my only response was what, you know, I still believe and see, you know, you hear from many folks around the table, which is just like, everyone's got to level up ambition and problems that you're giving people to work on, because that's what's motivating people and the people they get a chance to work with.
Totally.
And I think that was like an incredible culture change for the city.
For sure. I think then...
but we don't have enough of that anymore.
Why?
Because we're still talking about Shopify.
Right. Yeah, totally.
Who's doing that now? We're talking about literally the biggest company in Canada. We're not talking about, you know, like this is, there's lots more there, but this is yesterday's news. So it's like, where is that void being filled now? Where is the talent density emerging? Who is taking bets on people that don't have Google and Meta on their resumes inside the city? Like, I like, where do we lose the plot?
Yeah.
Of there's all this capital in some subset of companies here. There's all this global capital that is like thirsty to invest in companies. Where are the companies that are meeting that with big ambition, big problems to work on, good comp for people? Like, how did all of that amount to almost no more of that afterwards? Is like just one of the greatest like failures as a scene that we're collectively, I don't mean this table, I mean like everyone listening, we're collectively trying to pick up the pieces on and say like, how do we get to, how did that happen? Plus other things, there's stuff popping everywhere, you know, in Toronto and in other parts of Canada. How do we go from that to this? Like, huge fumble.
Yeah. What do you think is the reason for that? Like, you've like obviously thought about it and you were in the mix of it. What do you think is the reason for it?
I wish I had the answer because I think we're, as many of us, in search of a solution. I think from a culture and community and ambition standpoint, I think the pandemic and the extended effects of it here in Canada really kind of sucked the life out of the room. Sorry, probably a terrible analogy, but or metaphor saying, but I think like we lost all that cultural tissue that was creating this like motivation and one-upping and parroting of like we're gonna do bigger here, we're gonna do and like companies like building in a competitive market and improving, and then the narrative just started to shift. It quickly shift, probably like, with the motivation of others who benefit on the other side, of people like remote work is the savior of the world. Great. Everyone useful took remote tech jobs, making more money than they were making here, and no one pushed back. Right. Yeah. And then what did we do? Our best companies went and started hiring remote people too, but not from here. Yeah. And what our VCs do, they started playing an away game and investing in companies not based here because they were talking to people on Zoom and shit. And so then all of that environment changed and nobody changed back. We have like some of our most capable venture funds putting more money out to work outside of Canada than in Canada, but they live here. So what are you likely getting is like C class companies that couldn't raise from VCs in their tier one markets. And you have a bunch of our high talented people here working remote jobs for companies elsewhere. And you have a bunch of our best companies here hiring remote people not based here. It's like, what are we all doing? Yeah. Like someone hit the defragment button, refactor all this shit, put it back in the right order, and let's get back to work. Let's get back to growth. Let's get back to community. But I feel like we're sitting on the Bizarro side of this thing. Yeah. Like you're Bizarro Kramer and I'm Bizarro George. Tom is probably Bizarro Jerry. Right? And like, I don't want to be the Bizarro version of George.
This guy doesn't even know fucking what Seinfeld is.
We're out reference. But like, I want to be on the right, like we're on the wrong timeline, like we're on the wrong timeline and we need to get back to being serious people. Yeah. And I just am constantly, when I look, like I'm like here, you're seeing, I'm literally just like realizing this again, because I'm taking stock of all the pieces around us. Yeah. We've talked about the companies in that pole position today that Shopify was in 2013. Yeah. And like, are they meeting the size of opportunity in front of them? Are they taking the same, are they putting the talent density together? Like what, like we got to get serious about this because otherwise everyone takes what's it called? Like everyone is making the choice that is best in their local maxima position. Like given the current state and the position I'm in, this is the choice I have to make that reduces risk for me. And the collective total of all of those choices is creating a very unproductive version of tech in Canada. And we need a way more conviction-based, forward-based culture of decision-making where projects like New have funding to create communities and spaces and incubators and things, and founders feel like they could call people and they will tell them that you can definitely raise here and your idea is good, here's how to make it great, or your idea sucks, stop working on it, but not tell them to like, I don't know, do other things. And that people graduate from universities and feel like they're choosing to go on an entrepreneurial co-op or to start a company is equally rewarded as taking the $500K comp job in Palo Alto. And I just feel like we're not in that version of the timeline.
That's good. Let's eat some Saag.
No way. Yo, where are we getting Saag from? It's not Dulce, right?
No, so yeah.
I saw some. Oh my! We doing a blind taste test of Saag?
Yeah.
This is
okay.
incredible.
This is notes under, right? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. So like, can I see what's on camera?
Shit.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah,
huh?
you should ask my mom for some Saag.
Yeah.
That's
Is
where
she
you
good?
messed up. Or your mom
Yeah. Is she good?
is incredible.
Really?
Yeah. I've had your mom's Brontos and
Yeah.
they're also incredible. And like, but I'm excited for this.
Yeah. Okay.
What do we do first?
So my first, so that's a plate.
It's like the least attractive thing to eat on video possible.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So before we start, all right, let me explain what's about to happen. This is potentially the canonical Saag test of the Greater Toronto Area.
Absolutely.
Greater Toronto Area? Okay, Greater Toronto Area. What that means is it's not just Toronto, it's a city surrounding the Toronto, which if you care about food in this area, it's important. It's really important. It's not just Toronto, it's the cities that surround it. Okay. So, first thing, there's an elephant.
Cute. Thanks, Bizarro Jerry. They're lettered. We got Saag A,
Wait.
Saag B.
This guy, real Indian. Okay, so okay. So first, because you can't just look at this. If you've never had Saag, you can't just look at this and be like, oh, what is that? No. Go to the Wikipedia page for Saag.
Let's do the history of Saag.
Yeah, quickly, because this food's warm. Bizarro.
Bizarro George, handsome fellow though.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Saag. Here we go. Saag is a term used in Indian cuisine for dishes from leafy green vegetables such as mustard green, spinach, collard greens, or fenugreek leaves. It's a popular comforting dish from the Indian subcontinent, especially in the northern regions like Punjab, where it is often served in the fall and winter.
Perfect.
Awesome. And this is what it looks like.
Very important distinction that was there. Kudos Gemini is the difference between Saag, like Saag paneer, and Palak paneer.
Yeah.
So Saag is a mixture and Palak is just spinach.
Got it.
Sometimes you're hitting restaurants and you're getting something called Saag, but it's just Palak.
Yeah. The other thing I want to note, to build on what Satish just said, is there's Saag paneer and there's like aloo Saag. I guess sometimes people even put like chicken in it sometimes.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear. Today, we're taste testing just the Saag.
Pure
There's
Saag.
no paneer.
Incredible.
We're seeing, you know what I'm saying? It's just about the Saag. Okay?
It's the best
So,
part.
ingredients. While many Western restaurants use only spinach, often called Palak, authentic Saag can be made from a variety of greens or a mixture including mustard greens, collard greens, fenugreek leaves, kale, or finely chopped broccoli, as Satish was saying. Now, preparation. The greens are cooked down until softened, then mashed or blended into a creamy consistency. Now, the thing to know is that everybody makes Saag differently. If you look at the Saag on the table, what you'll see is that, here we go. If you look at the Saag on the table, they all look kind of different. This one looks like this. This one looks like this.
A little creamier, a little
This one looks
thicker.
like this.
Just right.
This one looks like this.
D looks good.
Yeah, and the color temperature is the color temperature is what I'm trying to say is like I know it might look weird, but it's great. All right, it's great. And if you haven't had it, you should have it. All right. So, Satish,
Boss.
what do you think is the effective way to try this? You are going to try each of them.
Okay.
You're going to pick one favorite.
Okay.
So how do you want to try? You're just going to do this.
make four
Are you going to use? Are
I'm
you
gonna
going to
make-
use the naan or the rice, or are you just going to take a?
I'm going to do a sample of each, plain,
with the spoon.
with
Okay,
with
here.
the spoon.
That's your spoon.
Well, I was going to pour with the spoon.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's your.
So I'm going to go A, B, C, D on my plate.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
then-
put the A on your plate.
No, I don't need to put it on. Why?
No. Put the Saag on your plate. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can keep track.
So just before you eat that, no, just one.
Oh, one. Okay.
So one at a time. So just before you eat that,
Yeah.
so we asked the chefs of this, like, to give us some notes on the vision of like what
Of
they're
each
trying
Saag.
to do. Yeah. So before you eat it, I'm just gonna like read this, read these notes. So, what was the question? The question was like, how did they make it? What was their inspiration? Yeah, like how do they want the customers to feel? Yeah.
Wow.
So how did you make the Saag? What was your inspiration? And how did you want the customers to feel? How did you want the people eating the food to feel? So this is the first one, and their quote, note from the chef is, "The flavor's pretty good."
Respect. Flavor's pretty good.
So this has spinach, cauliflower,
You
garlic.
gonna try these with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Go one for one on this. A lot of visible onion in this one. It's flavor.
Yeah.
It's a bit spiky.
Yeah, I'm not as particular as you are when it comes to Saag.
Okay. You draw the line at what, like butter chicken?
No. I'm saying, so this has spinach, cauliflower, garlic, ginger, onion, coriander, cumin, oil, butter, chili. You don't have to have specific notes on it. Huh? Meaning like you can try them all and then decide. So would you like to go to the next one?
Yeah, let's do number 2. This one, it didn't have the flavor to me wasn't well integrated.
Okay.
Like a little bit too much individual parts versus some
So
of
this
the
is
parts.
B.
This might be too integrated. It's like you don't want Saag to run. This is kind of running.
Okay, so before you...
yes.
So yeah, again, we asked the chef, tell us your inspiration, if you can give any notes on this, why you created it. So from this, from place B, which is here, just want to show on camera, this joint right here. There we go. There's B. And the chef said, "No, sir, I don't know, sir. The ingredients are unknown." Yeah, that's it.
So he warmed this up out of the freezer today.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not my thing.
That is not good Saag. That is freezer burned Saag.
All right, going over to C.
Would you agree? What's your...
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
feel
rough.
bad,
For him or me?
Well, I'm gonna name these restaurants after.
Yeah, well, I'm not like Suresh from Scarborough. They're not gonna care what I have to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you're InternetVin. They might care what you have to
Who
say.
knows, man? Who knows where all this is going?
You'd be like banned from Bra or something.
That'd be bad.
This looks like a better
Okay.
aesthetic.
So we called this place and we asked the chef for their perspective on this one, and they said, "No one is here. We will call you."
You have your phone on just in case?
I don't know. Wait, that's this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Better?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay.
Better relative to B, for sure.
So what did you say the best so far? A?
Let's do number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, might be A.
This is let's show this on camera. This is D.
D looks promising.
Yeah?
Let's see. It's got the right viscosity. D.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
The way it holds and the color and that like A is a little too disintegrated for me.
So notes from here is they said the recipe has been passed down.
I fuck with that. But no hit, not spicy.
No?
Good composition, good flavor.
I think it's really good.
Yeah. Definitely better. All right. So at Trump's,
I think it's like really good actually.
so Trump's A, and what was this? The runny one? C or B?
Like I'm actually taking a second spoon, so
Have some naan.
like I
Yeah, like we could
like this is-
eat this Saag. If you
yeah,
got
like
served
this-
this,
yeah.
like we've eaten at every Indian restaurant in Kensington Market,
Yeah.
which obviously is the best place to get Indian food in,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the GTA. So
No, this is like very good.
this is very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's significantly better than the others around the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. So give us the reveal.
Okay. So wait, what's your pick?
D.
What's your one pick? You got to pick
D,
one.
D.
Oh, D. Okay.
I was gonna stack, but yeah, D.
All right.
What do you think?
D.
Oh, yeah, D. Sorry. What is what? Now tell us. Go in order. A to D. Tell me what they
Okay.
are.
Sure. Yeah.
That'll be more fun than
Like you're
telling me.
taking more.
Yeah, because
like-
now there's
like-
naan and Saag in front of me, and
Yeah, but I mean, you're
like-
not taking any of the other ones. Like
No.
like we're only eating
You're
this
only
one.
eating- yeah.
So clearly, like,
Yeah.
like we're only eating
like
this.
I would have a bit.
like there was like there's an automatic response where we just keep. Eating
I mean,
it.
just look at the plate. I don't know if you can get a plate, but like if you look at the four together,
it's like all green glove. It's all green glove. You gotta look at this, man.
it's like if
it's hard to
it's
explain.
like if your 2-year-old had too much broccoli, this is what it looks like
Yeah.
the next day.
Hey, man, this shit is really good and
Yeah.
it's hard to make.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. To tell
So
us what's
A
what.
was Sweet Palace Brampton.
Disappointing.
Yeah. So B was Annapurna's Mithai shop in Scarborough. That was B.
Should have hit A1. Bengali sweets.
Is it really
Scarborough.
good?
Those are the places for. But yeah. Good. Continue.
C, which was also not selected, was Punjabi Dabba in Malton. And D, which is the one that you pick and the one that I liked, and like we're still eating it, was your mom.
My mom.
Yeah.
What was the first thing I said when you laid these out?
You're like, the D looks pretty good.
And I said you should ask my mom for some stuff. Okay, so the only reason I didn't immediately clock that, even though I thought of that at the fourth
Yeah.
one, dope. I'd like to understand who contacted my mom. It was probably Arthi. Immediately, the reason I clocked that, or sorry, it didn't bring that up, is usually she makes it a bit spicier. So I don't know if it was requested. Vin needs the Saag, or Arthi, my
she probably
wife,
took it
needs the
easy based
Saag.
on
It's just
They asked spice levels, and I said medium.
who did? My mom.
Arthi, your mom asked through
Yeah,
Arthi.
so
and then-
that means she turned down the
Yeah, yeah.
spice level.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Which is common anytime
You
like
know,
Indian people are making it for other
Ferungi
people.
asked for
Yeah,
some.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is basically me.
Sick. So as we know, my mom makes the best Saag in Toronto. Yeah.
is
You
what
were
I'm talking
scared
about.
I was not going to say D. I saw it for a second.
You gotta understand. No. You gotta understand.
You're like this guy. I was just trying to be fair to the vote.
No. You gotta understand. For me, it's a win-win regardless. For me, because if you talk shit about your mom's Saag, I'm still winning.
It's entertaining as fuck.
Yeah. I'm still good, man. You know, it's a win-win for me.
Okay.
For you, I don't know,
No.
but yeah, you picked your mom's Saag.
Mom Saag, super dope.
So
Brar makes decent Saag.
yeah,
A1 Bengali sweets. In downtown, you got to go to Cottage Cheese.
yeah,
Good Saag paneer.
really good,
Really good. Real creamy.
Real
A
good.
little heavier.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
really good.
Really good. Who else makes good Saag in the city?
So there's this place called fuck, man. I'm gonna embarrass
How did you
myself, but
convince my mom to make Saag for a
BBD
podcast?
Russoy or something.
BBD Rissoy? Where's that?
Yes, EDE. Yeah, DI
I
space. All right, I knew this would be embarrassing. Okay, so this is North Park Drive, Brampton, as Brampton as it gets. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this place,
yeah.
but people are losing their minds over this fucking place.
Really?
Yeah,
Pull up the reviews.
this is like the spot right now.
Dude, but you see what I mean by the composition. Look how chunky this is, thin this is.
I think
What's
what
going on
I think
here?
what it indicates is why Saag is such an interesting dish, because there's so many different ways to make it, and you really gotta like, it's not easy
It's
to
crap.
make this. Yeah.
Which
It's like,
which one is your mom's Saag relatively similar to one of these?
no. I don't know if my mom's watching, but like I think your mom's Saag might be better. Saag is not a dish that it was not a
Not
big
a
dish at
staple
home.
in your household.
Yeah, but this is really good.
So
So if you go here, like
my mom's Saag is
yeah,
dope.
their sarsen, the Saag makki ki roti were amazing. I think they're known for their like makki roti.
I literally had Saag with makki roti last night with
That shit looks good, bro.
some jalebis.
Apparently, this is a really good spot. I don't know, man. This is what I keep hearing about it, and it's like
We'll
a
do it
super
up.
low key. It's like a super low key
Like-
kind of spot.
Better than Bazigar in Kensington?
I don't know, man. Kensington's good.
Bazi.
Yeah, this is a cool spot.
This was dope. It was dope that you got Saag from my mom today.
Of course, man.
I don't know if she knew who she was giving Saag to.
She did. I mean, she knew it was me.
She knew it was you.
Yeah, but I don't think she.
Did she ask any questions?
No, they were just like, yeah,
Like, Vin
Vin needs the
needs
Saag.
Saag?
Yeah, like we'll take care of it.
She's like, cool, I'll make
yeah,
Saag and send it
yeah,
to Vin.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's dope.
yeah,
It
she's
was
really
her-
dope.
It was her birthday
And then,
on Monday. Happy birthday again, Mom.
yeah, that's cool.
I had Saag with her on Sunday for her birthday
That's cool.
at the cottage cheese, which is
So I learned a little bit about Saag. So it turns out that Saag is like you have to freeze it. Or no, sorry. If you refrigerate it, sometimes it's better like the next day. So your mom was saying like, she's like, I'll make it on Tuesday and then like, it'll be refrigerated and it'll be fine. So that it's like less pressure, right? Because today's Wednesday and she's like, I'll make it the day before. It's less stress. And then she makes it and then they can keep it in the fridge and sometimes it's better. Your dad's intervened.
oh, amazing.
And he was like, no, it must be made on Wednesday. It needs to be made on the day that they're
you're gonna eat it.
Yeah. And so that was kind of cool. But yeah, Saag, man. The best Saag in Toronto is your mom's.
Is my mom's. That's genuine Scarborough Punjabi Saag
Yeah.
at its finest.
Yeah.
Toned down in spice levels for internetVin.
Yeah. Thanks. So this cottage cheese joint.
It's good. First, look at the map. Go back to the map.
Yeah, maybe we should do a
There
walk down
are
Kensington.
just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Indian restaurants in like a few 100-meter radius of each other.
Hawker as well.
In
So-
one part of downtown Toronto. How
It's
could that
crazy.
be? That density anywhere.
And they're good.
They're all good at different things.
Yeah. So what was this? This is cottage cheese, which is potentially the best Indian restaurant, one of the best right now.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
Think
say?
so.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's pretty like the thing with Indian food and talking about Indian food or Toronto or whatever is like it's pretty hard to talk about it.
It's pretty because the palette is so wide. There's so many
Yeah.
subtypes of Indian food.
Yeah.
And so the best to me may be a certain North Indian composition of Indian food that cottage cheese is more tuned for.
Yeah.
There's people that really like Karai Boys or the Hortica House or others because they're tuned to a different flavor set of Indian food. Or Banjara, where you and I used to go a lot.
Yeah.
They're all good, just different ways.
Yeah, but I think people are particularly heated about Indian food.
Yeah, it's personal.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, so like if you look at this street, I guess it's Augusta. Is that where we were walking down?
Mhm,
So
Augusta.
let's walk down Augusta. Start on the
Oh,
bottom end. Yeah.
Start in front of Buzz.
This is the reason we both knew to start at the bottom end is because Bazigar is at the beginning and cottage cheese is at the end. And that's actually really important. And so,
Street view.
oh no.
No, that's no
Okay.
such thing. Yeah.
Okay. So which way? Are we going the right way, Satish? Yes, we are. Okay.
Go backwards. No, other way.
Other way? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going north. We're going north.
Yeah. This is the right way.
No, but wait, do we pass Bazigar, didn't we?
Oh.
Look right.
It's
Right. It might be that right there.
yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's one of these. Oh no, it's right here.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No.
No.
Yeah, that's it. No.
No, it's not.
You step
we're
up
at
to
Kid
it.
Icarus. Yeah. It's south. You got to go back down. Yeah, there.
Indian street food bar. No. Is that it? Oh, so it's a new
This
spot.
might be old.
No, that's not it. Is that what it's saying? Click on the little circle. Yeah, that.
Nah, that's
Yeah,
Egg Bay, bro.
It's down. Anyways.
Okay, so there's this joint. Here we are. And we still don't know where it is. What the fuck?
I think the pin is wrong.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
They must have taken over.
No, it's not that. It's not that building.
Well, it has images right there. Click
Yeah.
on that image on the left.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it is that spot, man. That looks exactly like Egg Bay.
What happened to Egg Bay?
They fucking died, man.
Oh
That's
shit!
the spot. That's the spot. That's
All right,
fully
all
the
right.
spot. Okay,
Cool.
so that place that says Egg Bay is now Bazigar, and you can look at the images here. Okay, so this is the first joint on Kensington. This place is like an Indian street food joint. You walk in, on the left hand side, there's all these like movie posters and shit. Bollywood
Classic
movie.
Bollywood.
Yeah, like classic Bollywood movie posters. It's cool. The thing I like about this place is that I've been there twice now. I went there. I went there with Satish the first time. Got chole bhature
And Kati rolls.
and kati rolls, yes. And then after that, I went on my own with my friends because I really like this place. And what I like about it is that you walk in, and first of all, those two like massive things are puris, and it just looks fucking awesome.
It comes out.
Yeah, it's this like fucking huge ass thing that just comes out, and it's like it's just fucking great.
Yeah.
And then I think this is the thing to get there, in my opinion, based so far. And you can always get a seat there. Like it's like sometimes it's kind of busy, but like you can always walk in and get a seat, and then you go there, you can have a couple of beers or whatever. You get this, and it's just awesome, right? It's like pretty affordable too, right, Robbie?
Mm-hmm.
Robbie, I went there with Robbie too. He liked it. And then, so that's Bazigar. And that's like just on this end, right? It's like this Indian street food joint. And then like, you can literally just like walk up the street.
Ricky Dicky.
Yes. Where is that?
You passed it.
There's the Gus Tacos. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of whack though. There's a better. Like Gus Tacos is great, but in Kensington,
Yeah.
go down one. Yeah,
Yeah, there it is.
Doesn't matter.
So then there's Ricky Tiki.
yeah,
Is this it?
yeah. I guess so. I'm not gonna
okay.
fight
So wait,
you
wait.
now.
So wait, this is interesting. This is very interesting because I guess I might be wrong about this, but I guess we keep seeing all these buildings that, like, if you look at the
Turned
images
over.
again,
Yeah, it's the same building.
it's the same building. It's the
Yeah.
same spot.
Yeah,
And so what's happening here is, it's the same spot. It's right beside Knockout Chicken. So I guess this is a new thing that's happened where like all of a sudden these like Indian restaurants have just emerged in Kensington. Okay.
Kensington is Little India now.
Yeah. So then you got Ricky Tiki. You can go here. This place is all right. It's pretty good actually.
It ranks higher than Bazigar on ambiance. There's a lot of like families, dates, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The food was okay.
Yeah. And I am going to Bazigar over Ricky Tiki fucking 9 times out of 10 personally.
Yeah.
Right. Just because I like if I'm going to, it's a very good Kensington market kind of spot.
This is more like if you want to, the presentation is a bit, you're being served at your table really well, really nicely.
Like
It's optimized around that.
Bazigar is almost like a dive bar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is fucking cool.
You order at the top, they bring
Yeah.
your chai, your beers over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Colon Curry. Is this on the list as well? I guess.
We
right?
did not go. It's an
Yeah.
Indian restaurant. I have not
So-
yet been.
So what's the deal with this spot?
Looks into
So this is on
scope it.
Baldwin. Okay.
Yeah, it's near like the Blackbird Bakery and stuff.
Oh shit. So they got a similar thing as Bazigar going on here.
Mm-hmm. Like fast casual kind
Oh,
of vibe,
mango
mango
lassi.
lassi.
Okay. And that's just up the street from Bazigar.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So we keep moving.
Get to Hawker.
Then we get to Hawker. Yeah.
Closes on Monday nights.
Yeah. We didn't go there.
I've been there before though.
You like this spot.
It's nice.
What do you like about this?
It's
I might have been here once, like years ago.
there it's not like OG Indian food. It's like Indian flavor inspired dishes. So it's a bit more of like a fusion kind of spot. I think it's a vegan spot.
Oh, I see.
Again, old photos, so it's not showing up here.
Yeah.
So like pull up their photos, like there, because you'll see the type of food.
Hawker, yeah.
go to
Is that
menu.
what it looks like?
Yeah,
I've
it's
never been
vegan.
here.
Go to menu or reviews. Yeah. So you see like there's a more of a fusion of types of dishes with the like South Asian flavors, which is, like good in certain settings. Depends
Totally.
what you want.
It's cool.
More experimental.
Yeah. But successful restaurant, right?
Successful restaurant.
Cool. So then we go to Cottage Cheese. Now, this place is really fucking good. This is like a spot now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a spot.
It's tasty. Where else in the core downtown area you getting like more scrumptious? Sit down.
Totally.
Fresh Indian food.
This is a really, really good spot. So the story with Cottage Cheese is they just got that like Michelin nod or whatever. What is that called?
The Bib Gourmand? Is that it?
Can we look like Le Bib Gourmand?
Cottage cheese Michelin. Yeah, fine. We'll just see what exactly they.
Yeah, let's see this.
Yeah, Bib Gourmand. That means like a
Can we
high
open
quality restaurant with an affordable meal for 2 people or a family under a certain price.
Oh,
That's
probably why
definition.
Imanishi has it too. Can we go to that Bib Gourmand leak?
It's like extreme
links are-
high
Yeah,
value without a star.
Oh, really? Is that what it means?
I think so, but
That's awesome.
Check.
In the heart of Kensington
good
Market.
quality, good value cooking. Bib
Yeah.
Gourmand.
In the heart of Kensington. I mean, that's like the best possible award.
Yeah.
I'd rather get that than the Michelin thing because it's like you're able to like make a. Well, I mean, like it's like you're able to make like a fucking banger meal that people can afford.
That's right.
That's like what it's about.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it is dope. In the heart of Kensington Market stands this cheery little dining room wrapped in large windows and flush with sunlight, named after the owner's favorite food, paneer, which is a cheese, which is literally a cottage cheese. The restaurant takes its sunny disposition to heart and offers refreshing takes on an extensive range of familiar Indian classics and flavors, prepared with finesse and refinement and seasoned to exacting standards. Chats, clay pots, and curries are designed for sharing. Recent highlights, including a strikingly vibrant butter chicken, as well as a deep-toned coastal fish curry. Naan arrives crisp and garlic-flecked, but you'll need rice, too, to sop up every bit of the sauce. All the while, friendly servers are happy to explain dishes and make suggestions at great lengths. Awesome restaurant. So, using the barbell approach, I think like if you're going to Kensington Market to get Indian food, you're either going to Cottage Cheese or you're going to Bazigar.
Top or bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You're either
Or you're doing
going,
both and you're just taking a little stroll. And
exactly.
Yeah.
You're either going to Bazigar having some beers, or you're doing both. Exactly both. But if you're going to Bazigar, you're having some beers with your friends. You walk in. You didn't make a reservation. You're just fucking pulling up. You're
not looking at the menu. You're saying 2 chole bhature,
Exactly.
2 kingfishers, 2 masala
Exactly.
chais. You
Exactly.
grab a table somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can go with 4 people, 5 people, whatever. You just roll up. They'll figure it out. You go to Cottage Cheese, you're making a reservation.
You're trying to have good conversation.
Yeah.
You're enjoying. You're not in a rush.
Yeah. You're not just pulling up with 4 people. You planned it out.
Yeah.
And the dining
You want to have a
experience.
nice night.
You want to have a nice night.
Fun
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, but you can have a fun night at Bazigar too.
Yeah. Maybe a nice night.
You're just being more intentional, I guess, when you're going to
Because a better environment for more relaxed conversation.
Yeah.
You
for
if
sure.
the lighting is a little brighter,
Yeah.
soft still,
Yeah.
it's good ambiance.
If you go look at images of when you look at Bazigar, you can see it's like street food, right? Like you can see. So if you look at dishes at Cottage Cheese, you're gonna see the difference. You're gonna see the intentionality. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's just different. But you can see the intentionality in the dishes. It's different. But it's really good, man. It's really, really, really good. Like it's really, really good.
The other place, not in Kensington, that's really good is Adrak, which is in Yorkville, but that's like not the value place, as in it's like priced as Yorkville.
How do you spell that?
ADRAK.
ADRAK. Did you find that one?
RAK. Oh yeah, it's right there.
Oh, all right. Right there, this one. Okay.
Really great experience, ambiance, etc. But like at that Yorkville price point.
Yeah. What do you normally get here?
They've been changing their menu around, but they've got really good they do a Rani kachori which is like a chaat and a large kachori. They have a saag with makki di roti, which I ate last night there.
Nice.
You know, a lot of the staple. Yeah, paneer is delicious. They do a really good job with their paneers. But they have an extensive cocktail program of Indian-inspired cocktails that are like very good. And they've brought, you know, cosmologists, or what's it called, like, you know, bartenders from Mumbai and stuff that created these recipes. Yeah, that's how they like constructed this cocktail program. When they first came, they had those you know, mixologists. That's what I was looking for. That came in and worked here from top spots in Mumbai that were doing this smoked old fashioned. I think it's called the East India Company, maybe, that cocktail. It's like a
East India Company.
It's like a smoked old fashioned with.
It's a smoked old fashioned.
Yeah,
they're doing a lot at this place, bro.
It's nice though. I mean, that's why that's probably like a $30 drink or something.
It's fucking
right?
smoked and
like,
shit.
Yeah,
fuck, bro. This is not that
and
Bazigar joint.
if you find not the food but the ambiance photos, like all this stuff was like made in India and built.
Oh, really?
Here. Like it's a very nice visual experience.
Oh, whoa,
that's not a great photo of it, but it's nice. It's nice. I think the photo lighting could do that. That's nice and great.
That's cool. The menu's cool too.
I think they're on the Michelin guide, but not gourmand and not starred.
Any other joints? Because you have like a list. So like any other ones that you think are like key, or is that
like in the inner downtown?
There's
area,
A1 too, right?
Yeah. Well, now we're going out.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going GTA. I'm just talking.
What's your like top three?
Man.
A1.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's basically
my mom's Saag.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Yeah.
They all have their place, man. There's a lot of Indian people and South Asian people, a lot of restaurants. And honestly, they're almost all good at different things. Like rolling into a bar all-you-can-eat buffet
fucking
with
bangs.
10 people in your family hits. Like the right time, that's the best possible place to do that occasion.
Totally.
And hang and celebrate and get hakka and dosa and Punjabi food and sweets and fresh naans to your table and unlimited Diet Cokes, and you're scooping ice cream for your little nieces and nephews out of the shared containers.
Fuck is dying in this place.
Like, this guy's getting mango lassis. Like, that's a great experience too, man.
For sure.
And roll into A1 in Scarborough and getting fresh samosas for your family and some jalebis and stuff. That's amazing. Go to Mastan and getting some fresh laddus for your family in Scarborough. That's amazing.
A1 sweets.
All these things are awesome, man. They're all community places for different things, different reasons. You probably got spots in Brampton you love, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, now it's like evolved so much. I can't even keep up. I think it's like on some another level now. This is A1 Sweets. That place, man, that Brampton joint. I got to go there.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
BIB. Yeah. BB.
There's another one I've heard of in Brampton that's good. Like, and then my friend, Chef Rick Matharu, Rick's Good Eats.
You should check
also
this guy
an
out.
incredible Indian street food, fast casual place, expanding quickly. They got multiple food trucks, multiple locations, but Rick's Good Eats.
Yeah, I think you guys would love this shit.
Delicious. Absolutely. Punjabi cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Different stuffed samosas like dosa samosa, chana samosa, mac and cheese samosa.
Tell me, you know about Rick's Good Eats? Oh, you do? Yeah. Robbie, you know it?
No.
All right, so
I rolled through new once with like 100 samosas or something on some night.
This shit is interesting because it's like a Indian fusion restaurant, but it's like I guess almost like a Southern kind of food or something. I don't know.
It's like comfort food.
Comfort food. That's what I was looking for. Indian
Yeah.
comfort food.
Yeah.
He's got like poutines and stuff like
butter
that.
chicken poutines.
Look up Rick Matharu, like on Google. This guy's
he won the first
He's an
Food
interesting
Network. Guy. Was it Master something?
Yeah, go to my story. Right there.
He did the butter chicken lasagna that you can buy at PC. That was the award-winning thing.
Let's see this.
And his whole thing.
Season 2 winner of Recipe to Riches, butter chicken lasagna. With an eye for the arts and taste buds for great food, Rick Matharu has become a trendsetter in both entertainment and culinary realms. As the Season 2 winner of the Food Network's Recipe to Riches, Rick's now famous butter chicken lasagna became a President's Choice product and is distributed Canada-wide in grocery stores. His intention was to highlight the vibrancy and flavors of his childhood to his country as a Punjabi Canadian. This has helped catapult Rick into becoming an ambassador for cuisine and the celebrated diversity of Canada.
Pull up the butter chicken lasagna.
This guy's already got it. So this is like,
and
you can just go fucking buy this shit.
Yeah, and there's a Shahi
Is that
paneer
him?
lasagna.
Oh, that's like him.
That's his
crazy.
character.
Yeah. Recipe to Riches, and now he's got like Rick's Good Eats. He's got like a food truck, right?
Yeah, it's at Distillery District for the Christmas market. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Christmas market.
Yeah. So you
think so.
you can go there, try it out right now. It's delicious, man. He's a great dude.
Do we have the scene?
Great
Do you have
dad.
the scene of him on like Recipe to Riches?
Oh, it's so fun watch.
Like on YouTube, yeah.
I'm gonna send this to
12 years ago, I got the golden ticket. Is this it?
Yeah.
Next time on Recipe to Riches.
This is nerve-wracking. Gotta be careful. I found 2 bones in here.
I love this shit.
Real good.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
I
being,
love these kinds of shows, man. Just the editing and shit. They're all fucking stressed. I didn't know.
Like Gordon
I didn't know.
Ramsay's,
I didn't
yeah.
know that the egg fell on the floor. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Yeah, they said no salt. No salt.
Recipe to Riches.
Somebody drops a plate.
I didn't know.
That's
what
not the
fuck.
winning scene.
Oh, what the fuck?
You were at my wedding. Do you remember meeting Rick, serving samosas?
I didn't think I met him.
Man.
I think I was too nervous to talk to him, man.
It's great.
Yeah.
He
I was like starstruck.
He was
and
on the
shit.
come up. No, man.
No, I
It
was,
was
man.
dope.
I think I was legit too starstruck, man.
Hopefully, yeah. There's
Oh.
the Wednesday. He's just an incredible dude.
Holy fuck.
Rick Matharu.
Damn, bro.
Look at that.
You know what?
Grateful.
I feel amazing when they announced
Well, this
the
should
winner,
change his
it
life.
didn't even hit me yet.
Yeah.
It
Made him
just-
an entrepreneur.
Unbelievable feeling, so surreal, so humbled. It's, you only see this on TV, but when you actually you're announced the winner of $250,000, and this is one of your dreams that you wanted for so long, and it comes true. There's no words for that. We just purchased a new house, so I know some of the money is going to be going towards the house.
Guy right away buys a house in
take some of
Mississauga.
it and kind of invest it into something for the future, because I just recently got married as well about 2.5 years ago, so we might be planning to have kids in the next couple of years, so I definitely want to save it for
This guy's gonna play
That's amazing, man. Well-intentioned dude, humble
100%,
dude,
yeah.
hardworking dude.
I mean, clearly. So this
That's
guy,
cool.
but I think the deal was, I guess he got the 250K, but then he also got a deal with President's Choice,
They distributed, the
which is
rest of it.
crazy.
My 6-year-old will
Look at
only
that.
eat paneer if we put his tandoori spice on it. Like we
But
daily
the Rick's-
cook with Rick. He sells
Yeah.
like spices. He's got like an expansive, and like this has to go on the food.
It's cool. It's cool because he's got these like products, but then he's also got restaurants, right?
Yeah,
He's got like Rick's Good Eat restaurant joints.
2 at least, plus 2 food trucks.
Go to Google Maps and look up Rick's Good Eats. Yeah,
Oh, 3.
3. So he's got a location in.
Saga, Brampton, Scarborough.
Wow.
Expect the holy trifecta, holy trinity.
So what is it? What is it? Saga, Brampton, and Scarborough?
Yeah,
Jeez.
holy trinity of culture in the GTA.
Wow. Crazy, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
What's
What's
your-
next?
Well, we can either talk about Hakka food or Toronto Tech Week. What do you pick?
It's your call, man.
What did you learn from this
What-
Toronto Tech Week thing?
What happened after you succeeded on stage at Toronto Tech Week?
Succeeded?
Yeah.
A lot actually, man. For sure. A lot.
Did it matter?
I think so, yeah.
Did
I think it mattered a
did
lot.
it have a result, an impact for you of any?
I would say so, like it tremendously.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And it was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it. I was actually not sure if I was going to do it.
I know. I
And then-
talk
and
you
then-
back into it.
And then it was interesting because I was like, hey, I don't know. Does this make sense? I don't know if this makes sense. And you were kind of like, hey, man, I honestly thought this would be a no-brainer. And I was like, fuck, there's something about this that I fundamentally do not understand. That was the thought I had. I'm like, this is an area that I just do not understand. And I think like over the last like few years, I've been kind of like, sharing more and like being more public, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, people didn't know what your face looked like, I think, before
Yeah.
Toronto Tech Week.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not really.
Because you didn't have the pod,
Yeah.
the stadium was still emergent.
I was pretty insecure even about being photographed. Not because I was like trying to hide or something like that, just because like, I don't know, I was just very insecure, So like, so I was just like, fuck, maybe there's something about this that I don't know. And the whole thing with like new and everything we're doing with this like podcast, and now it's like, I've done different projects, I've tried things. Some things have worked, some things haven't worked, and like, I'm at a point right now where I want to understand like, how do I get really good at something? How do I break past to the next level in whatever it is, whatever it is that I want to do, all of this stuff. And I think for me, the way to do it is I got to be comfortable kind of trying things and going into spaces and doing things that maybe I didn't do before. And when you said to me like, hey man, like I thought this Toronto Tech Week talk, this was like a no-brainer. It was a really good like wake up call for me that I was like, yeah, like I gotta start trying new shit here. I gotta start doing things that I haven't done before. And so I prepared a lot for that.
You did.
Yeah.
That's what made the difference. I think like, we were part of groups that hosted TEDx Toronto for a long time in the city. And I learned a lot through that experience of the effort involved in something that seems very natural actually going well.
Yeah.
And I think that there's certainly sets of people that are just naturally charismatic or know what they're going to say or otherwise. But that's like the extremely rare segment of people.
Yeah.
I think like all of it is preparation and intention. And that's not just like writing out what you're going to say, memorizing it. It's putting yourself in the headspace that you're going to go perform.
Yeah.
Right. And you have to like flip a switch of like, I'm entering a performance. I am like putting myself outside my body for this moment to do it. I think that's when you see people in like a really good flow.
Yeah.
Like really like releasing insecurities or inhibitions that they might otherwise carry with them on stage. And, when I saw you get up there and kind of dabbed on or walking past through the stage, I just like, I saw your switch flip as you stepped up the stairs. Did? I think I saw you like chuckle a little bit to yourself, like as you got on stage, as if you were like realizing like this is fucking hilarious that I'm about to speak solo stage at Toronto Tech Week.
Can you pull it up?
And other thing. And I was just like, he knows he's about to do something ridiculous, and he knows he's prepared really, really, really hard.
You thought that?
To be in, and then you know what I did? I walked straight to the first front row seat I could find.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I turned off my like phone, and I was like, let's just enjoy this moment, because nobody knew around the table what to expect from you.
No, not at all.
Everything about homecoming was like a big trust fall exercise. I was just like, we gotta come. This is a performance. The entire thing is like we had to construct a performance, and part of it is you gotta take a risk on some actors.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely the risk.
You were a part of that risk, and I think that's what work is. People remember a lot of things from homecoming, but they remember your Mandarin bit more than anything else. I think that's pretty dope. I don't know if we get the walk up at the front of this. It might have been cut out of the official content.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool.
So
this is the new edit. There's two edits of this stuff.
Yeah. I think I think like what
my name is
that's
Vin.
cool, man. I didn't the thing you mentioned about the performance is like really.
My name is Vin. If you
really
follow me
cool.
online, you might know me as InternetVin.
Because I definitely,
and I'm the co-founder of
stood on the stage,
New, which is a design company based out of the West End of Toronto.
Like this before. And I started talking, and like I swear, man, like I don't think like I just kind of like fucking locked in, and I don't think I realized what happened until I stepped off the stage.
That's the best,
right? And
literally all you can hope.
Yeah, I'll tell you some of my plays, because it's like you've done this shit before, and like to me, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do this thing, and this is very out of my comfort zone. You know, this is like not something that I usually do at all. And like we practiced a lot, workshopped this, had to write this piece. And I like what you said about like people didn't know what to expect of like the characters. I think like, especially with me in this instance, because I think like you had other characters there that are like new characters for sure, and you're trying to bring, and you're I can tell you were trying to bridge new worlds. But I mean, I'm just like shit posting on Twitter and stuff like that, right? And it's like you have to really be paying attention to realize that there's like kind of some logic and thinking behind like what I'm trying to say, you know. And
there's a through line.
There's a through line, right? And respect for you for like trying it out, right? And then I was like, fuck. Like, cause I don't have, am I just like going to get on the stage and like just crack jokes? You know what I mean? Like, is this like it's fucking crazy for me, you know, to just do this, to like, I'm going to talk about this Mandarin thing. I hope I get some like laughs. And before I did it, what I did was like, obviously you had to write the piece, then I performed the piece, and I like practiced it a lot. And then I practiced it in front of friends. And like I would practice it in front of the same friends actually over and over again. So like they would give me notes, I would work it again, and then I would practice it again like another day. And these guys, it's the same fucking joke every time. So after a while, like I'm cracking this joke, and like the people aren't even fucking laughing. Like it's just like I'm like cracking a joke, and I'm like talking about like Elon Musk. Elon Musk can't just do this, and then it's just like they're not even fucking laughing. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I hope I don't like bomb. And when I promised myself that, like I think the night before this talk, I did it once in my car. I was listening to like some rap, like Mobb Deep or some shit, and I did it once in my car on driving back on the QEW back to Mississauga, and I did it perfectly in the car. And I was just like, I promised myself, I was like, I'm not gonna fucking do it again now. Not even gonna like let my head go there until I'm on stage. And then I woke up in the morning, barely slept or whatever. Woke up in the morning and I start brushing my teeth. I'm sitting in front of the sink, and I just kept saying to myself, don't disrespect yourself. Don't disrespect yourself. Don't disrespect yourself. Because in my mind, I was like, man, I work so fucking hard, bro. I put in so much effort, you know, to get good at this, to try to get good at this thing. And I'm a person that like, I'm never like, everything I do is never enough for myself. I'm not a kind of person that ever like says like, oh, I'm doing a good job. You know, I don't give that to myself, and I don't think it's good. And so I was like, you know, don't disrespect yourself. Don't fucking disrespect yourself. Like, you've put in the time, you've earned this moment. Like you have the right, you have the fucking right. And like Toronto right now is going through like a reinvention period. I was there, dude. I was there in the past when I had the camera. I saw it. I know what I saw. And it's like now it's like what I'm doing. It's like working. It's like I'm not gonna at any moment, no matter what happens, I'm not gonna say in my head that I can't do this. That was my promise to myself. And the other thing I promised myself was, if I like, cause my friends had helped me, right? Like you had looked over the stuff, Tommy and these guys, they had looked over it. They like sat with me while I was like preparing it and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, if I was in the audience and my friend was on stage, what would I want to see? Irrelevant of everybody else. What would if it was my friend, what would I want to see? And the thing I'd want to see is I just want to see someone fucking go for it. Like, don't hold back on the delivery of the jokes. Even if it bombs. If you're my friend, I want to be like, man, this guy went for it. Yeah. He went for it. So that was my only thing. And then I did the talk. I got some laughs and shit like this. And then it's done. I walk off the stage. I'm like, holy fuck. That was like a big moment in my life, because like I've never done anything of that scale, like that kind of a public presentation. And I was like, fuck, that was crazy. I felt this immediately. I felt like I evolved. I felt like a stronger, more confident person immediately. As soon as I
accomplished something you didn't think you were capable of.
I didn't think I was capable of it. Right.
It's a one-way door.
And I thought it was, and I thought it was good. Like I thought it was good. And, people are clapping hands with me. And then I went to the back, the green room and shit. There's other people there, and all really smart people, and they're clapping hands with me and stuff. And none of that really like meant anything to me. Those moments, it didn't really mean anything to me. But inside, I could feel a huge sense of like fulfillment. And then I was like, yo, I gotta see my friends. And then I walked from the green room to like the audience, and I like clapped Tommy's hand, and he's like fucking squeezing my hand. And I was just like, because it's like, yo, you did it.
Yeah.
And I clapped hands with the friends. Obviously, we had a moment where I was like hugging you and shit. And then these guys, man, this one guy came up to me in the audience, like afterwards, right? Like the event is like, you know, it's 1,000 people, man. It's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, all the talks are done, and then people come up to me and they're like clapping hands with me and shit. And then this one guy's like, hey man, I'm going to show you the real Brampton, bro. This Asian guy, he's like, I'm going to show you the real Brampton, you know? And I was like, all right. He's like, yo, come see what we're doing, man. We're making software for like these truck drivers and stuff, man. Come see what we're doing. And I was like, oh shit, damn. And I was like, hey man, when you guys are like really like hungry and you're working late and you don't have time to think about where you're going to eat and you just got to get up and go, where do you go? He's like, yo, we go to King Tandoori, man. I think it was called King Tandoori on Kennedy Road. And I was like, and he's just like holding me close and shit. And I was like, yo, why does this matter to me? Why does this shit matter to me? And then I'm walking around, some other guys like, hey man, thanks. Yo, respect on the Mandarin thing, man. Respect on it, right? Yeah. I was like, why does this matter? And I think what I've realized through like this whole Toronto thing, it's like, the thing I don't like, man, about like all this Canada, Toronto shit is they're just so fucking bad at storytelling, man. Like, and I hate that word too, because it's so lame. I think it's so fucking lame. I genuinely do. Like people would say to me like, hey Vin, you're good at storytelling. And I'm like, oh, fuck. It's so lame, because it's like, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. Because like, what are we talking about? Like, what are you really talking about? Like when I'm talking about Mandarin, like it's like you can walk around the GTA. There's interesting things happening, man. If I look at something interesting and I'm like, hey, look, this is cool. Here's why it's cool. It's like, how is that storytelling? How it's like, this is like, to me, it's like obvious shit, you know? I think one thing that I think happened in like Canada from like a storytelling perspective is like, and I've talked about this before, but I think like, if you think about the symbols and stories in Canada, like when I came, there's like these archetypal or like common tropes, common symbols, right? Got like this beaver, you got like hockey and shit, you got you've got
maple leaves,
maple syrup, you've got coffee, Tim Hortons. Am I missing anything?
Mountains, BC.
Yeah, you've got there's something else. I don't know. Anyways, typical stuff. A boot or whatever.
Canadiana.
Yeah. And so you have these like typical Canadian symbols. And what happened was like a generation of immigrants came into the country. And I'm specifically talking about the GTA. I know it happened everywhere, but I want to talk about the GTA because Canada's a weird place, man. Like it's this massive country. 95% of it is uninhabitable. So when you use the word Canada, it's like, what the fuck are we really talking about? Like 70% of the population or something like that is split between Ontario and Quebec. Mm-hmm. So I'm talking about the Greater Toronto Area, which is the most populated area of Canada. Okay? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So when what happened was these immigrants came in, right? And like, I was born in North York, Ontario. And like my parents came from India. And these parents came from all different cultures. And so when I grew up, like I went to high school and stuff, I was the kid that was like hanging out with every different group, especially in high school. When I was in high school, hanging out with Indian people, and they'd be like, yo, why are you hanging out with those white people? You know what I mean? When I was hanging out with white people, I was like the only brown guy, you know? And it was like, there was this separation among the groups, at least in Brampton where I grew up. And so, you know, I'm hanging around with all of these different groups, and it was amazing because I learned so much about their different cultures. I got exposed to like different music. You know, I started to see similarities. Like when I would go to like my Indian friend's house, I would see like, oh damn, like like I would just see like the way their family worked and how they cared about their kids and stuff in the same way my parents cared about me, you know. I would go to like my friend Kwa's house. He was like Vietnamese, and so like I go there and I could see like, oh, like this is what their house smells like. You know, it's like it's I get it, you know, I get it. And so like, why are you laughing?
He doesn't believe you know.
Yeah. Vietnamese food smells great, man. But the thing is that what happened is I think that these immigrants that came in, they influenced the culture a lot. And when you drive around the GTA, you can obviously see that. If you go to plazas, you can obviously see that there's like these different restaurants, right? The plaza is just like a very interesting place in general. But the storytelling, the Canadian story, has not been updated, right? Like what's happened is like, and now they're like retroactively being like, we suck at storytelling, and it's like it's because there's this fucking gap in the middle of it, where we had these very well established symbols, right? Like I just asked you, what do you think about you naming shit? Poutine, maple syrup, maple leafs, ice hockey, you know, got to have a good slap shot, right?
The now bankrupt Hudson Bay Company.
Right? Boom, we could fire these off. But what happened was the symbology and the storytelling and the aesthetics, they needed to update themselves relative to the way that the country was evolving, and they didn't. I thought it was really cool when they had like Hockey Night in Canada and Punjabi. Yeah. I thought that was really fucking dope. I think that was a good like step.
What they call the puck a tiki? There was no translation.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Puck to Punjabi. So
that's
they
awesome.
Made one up.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like I think that they didn't like the culture has not been like correctly updated or something. I think it can be updated. Like I think it exists in like pockets, but it seems like it's not like generally updated or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But it's not like you don't see that kind of communication like top down.
Yeah, I think it's important to understand history and heritage, and it's important sometimes to leave it there.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is if we're still referring, you inclusive, to Tim Hortons as a part of our Canadian identity, it's not a Canadian company.
Yeah.
It's just a part of our heritage, but it's no longer, I think, a part of our identity.
Yeah.
And so your challenge you're describing is like, and when people are saying, yo, you're good at storytelling, and you're like reacting to that, it's like the thing missing is like people just need to say the things and call,
right,
like create new language, vocabulary, like identify these things, what we want our new identity or our current identity to be represented as.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, because the GTA is such a great cultural hotbed, emerges in the love language of today, which is like memes and buzz and music and these things. And it kind of takes a mind of its own, but it doesn't get any reciprocal recognition at the things that are still like LARPing and repeating things about history and heritage, but build no bridges of those things to the reality of today. And so we need new language, or we need people in positions of influence to adopt the emergent language and communication today. And what people see, what you do really well is start to bridge those things.
Yeah,
it's like say Canada Toronto is the greatest city in the world because of like Imanishi. But what you're saying is it's like a short form for many other things that people can't find language for. But memes are surprisingly, or I don't know if the word is memes, but all of this like shit posting is a surprisingly effective way of cutting through that noise and saying like, we all know what I'm saying. There's no other word for it. It's not Maple Leafs and Beavers and HBC. So where you're finding ways of expressing that in a way that resonate with people at a time where there's no other shared language for them to just point at it and say, this is the thing. And I think that's like a big potential unlock if we can like find and then disseminate some better new language to the rest of Canada, like all of us, all of Canada, to be like, what are we all about now and going forward versus what were we once about?
How do you bridge that kind of a concept or that kind of a thing with what you were saying earlier about how like they kind of everyone needs to increase their ambition? Because you were basically saying that like, yeah, you were saying there's not enough ambitious projects or something. For
it's like so much of this is like people, and I think Danko, I'm so grateful to sit in his chair on his mic with his water glass at the share table. No, we were riffing before. Like I think he was talking about this is like, if you say something enough, people start to believe it. What did he term?
Reflexivity. Yeah, reflexivity.
Like what a mirror of that I've shared many times before is like, hey, in our bubble of Toronto tech, Canadian tech, like people came out of the pandemic, looked around and said, hey, nobody's doing anything interesting and nobody cares about what I'm doing. Neither of those things are true, but if enough people feel it because there aren't obvious signals or representations of this thing happening, then they all start to believe it, and then it starts to become a self-fulfilling prophecy, downward spiral, and then now we're just a place where tech doesn't happen.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane. And so all of the effort, whether I think it's new or Toronto Tech Week or a combination of projects going across the country, Build Canada, like just everything people are doing, is just like trying to nudge that back in the other direction. And so, when we talk about big ambitious projects, it's a version of that. When we talk about some of the better things happening out of the new federal government, is just saying we have a major projects office. We will do big projects. We will do these like just saying we can do these things is sometimes manifesting enough that people start to believe we can, or increase their relative ambition to say, if they say we can do these things, I can too, or my version of that. And that's the thing that needs language. And that's like, oddly the thing that Trump does the best in the US is just continue to say to anyone that will listen to it, like, America can do anything and is the best, like just like continue to like broadcast a very tangible image that all these things are achievable immediately, not conceptually, and not about like just history and heritage, but now.
Totally. Yo, Robbie, can we investigate this? I want to pull up Claude.
LLM of choice?
Depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, I'm going to just kind of try to type this. So say like, what are examples of countries that have been able to transform themselves through changing their language around their identity? Kind of like the theory of reflexivity. Give examples of both positive and negative outcomes where a self-fulfilling prophecy ended in some kind of positive outcome and a self-fulfilling prophecy ended in a negative outcome. Sorry.
It's a very ineffective dictation, like a super whisper going. Or
Working on it.
Yeah. Okay. We got to integrate that.
Yeah. Respect. Man, that's a wacky animation.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like Charlie Brown. Here are clear. Oh yeah, so I knew about that. Here are clear examples of national identity shifts through language.
Yeah, obviously.
Singapore,
willed into existence.
Yeah, Lee Kuan Yew deliberately crafted multi-racial meritocracy narrative to replace colonial ethnic identities. Constant messaging: we have no natural resources, only our people. Created a self-fulfilling prophecy of discipline, education focus, economic success. Within one generation,
insane.
Swamp port to first world city-state. That's crazy. One generation. Rwanda, post-1994, banned ethnic identifiers in official discourse after genocide. Mandated we are all Rwandans narrative. Result, fastest economic growth in Africa, functional institutions, but authoritarian trade-offs. South Korea, Park Chung-hee's can-do spirit, nationalism, reframed Korea from hermit kingdom to dynamic tiger. Self-image shift enabled rapid industrialization. People believed they could compete globally.
That language is so contextual to their culture, right? So like, yeah.
Well, what?
No, I just think it's like, it's cool to see, like, many of these are like top-down examples, right? Which is like, not to say like that's the only way, but.
Well, I mean, it probably helps a lot. Yeah. And so what's interesting to me about this is the fact that you can like create new technology and like output, whatever that is, just by reframing the way people think. It's like, I think this is interesting because I think it works on a group level and I think it works on an individual level. I think when you start to reframe, it's just crazy to me that if you can reframe the way that you think, you can do fundamentally different things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like Singapore.
And once you find an early example of that, right?
Yeah.
Then it increases the conviction and flywheel of those things. You know, and what's funny is actually the before and after of the Toronto skyline is not that different.
It's not?
Of that same time frame. Go, that first one was 1960 to 2020. Like find a similar time frame.
That was that had the 2008 to 2022.
Yeah,
All those
I mean,
older
literally,
buildings.
you show Singapore like 1960, wasn't it?
Yeah, fundamentally different place.
So what's this one?
13 years. It's the same shit.
You gotta go. Yeah, but anyways, it's like we've obviously
1998.
Like what's this guy here? What you're
Bottom
the BI article, bottom left, left.
Yeah. How skylines have changed over time.
It doesn't give us the years. But anyways, my point is like
it's not the same rate of change. It's not the same rate of change.
I still think it's a very impressive rate of change. It's just not reflected in our enduring economic success.
Right.
Right.
Now let's read the negatives. Okay. So let's see. This might be kind of scary. Let's see. Argentina, early mid 20th century, maintained were as wealthy as Europe's self-image, even as economy declined. This is interesting because it's like, this is the other side of the coin, which is like, it's not even like negative self-fulfilling prophecy, but this is like, if you're not willing to if like people can't just call shit out.
Yeah. Or it's like, everything is okay meme and everything's on fire around you.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like once you fall into that, and, I think there's, just periods of that in Canada. And, I think we're on the kind of, messy middle right now of like establishing whether Canada not fully dependent on the U.S. for its economic growth and development, if that's a viable, real direction, that's going to result in being somewhere on the positive examples, or if we're going to look back in X number of years and say, we kept saying we don't need the U.S. and
no, we're a U.S. state.
Fine, and and our economy on a major relative basis continue to decline. And so, I think that's what the powers to be are out trying to establish, like, is there truth to the fact that we can do that without being fully dependent on the U.S.?
Yeah. Their narrative prevented structural reforms, kept expecting return to greatness, self-fulfilling decline, protectionism, populism, chronic instability. Weimar Germany, stabbed in the back myth after World War I. National humiliation narrative created opening for Nazi restoration of greatness. Victim identity became justification for aggression. Fucking crazy. Zimbabwe, anti-colonial liberation narrative long after independence. Blamed external forces for internal problems. Self-fulfilling isolation and economic collapse. Key pattern. Countries that adopt agency-focused narratives. Singapore's we must build. Korea's we can compete. Tend toward positive spirals. Those adopting grievance-focused narratives, Argentina's we deserve better, Zimbabwe's they're holding us back, tend toward negative ones. The reflexive mechanism, national self-conception shapes policy choices, which produce results that confirm the narrative which reinforces the identity.
If people believe in the message you're putting up, they support the policy decisions that enable those kinds of investments or structural changes to happen. And more often than not, if those are well designed, they result in the kind of thing that you were trying to promote. It's just a question of whether there's enough of a willingness to like put the message out far ahead of what the current state is. We talk about this about current state, future state.
Yeah.
Country's the same problem.
Totally.
Right? So the question is, do you have a hypothesis of what that future state language needs to be?
Yeah. One question I wrote down here is if someone, and I don't think you're going to want to answer this, but try. If someone was trying to glitch the system, like if they were trying to find an entry point of highest leverage to shift, to tip the scales in a positive direction, what do you think that would be?
For the country.
Yeah. Relative to, creative output, I'm thinking technology output, economic output.
Like, if I'm understanding the question right, I think the most valuable thing someone can do right now is build an extremely successful, long-lasting company. Because that has, as we talked about earlier, as many follow-on effects that create change, an example, and narrative, and all of these things. It's an extremely hard thing to do. So it's not a wedge or it's not low-hanging fruit. I just think it is the highest leverage outcome to be created. Second to that, or close to that, is creating community.
Whoa.
So that people believe more is possible and they are not in it alone. So there's a higher probability that they last long enough to figure out if they increase the likelihood they can create a successful company or project here, which you cannot do in isolation or alone. Third to that is to run for public office and be the change you want to see in the world. What do you think?
I think I don't know much about number 3, which is run for public office. I haven't investigated that enough.
You've never spoken in front of 1,000 people before either until this year. So
yeah, I think so I don't know the scale of change that's possible. I've talked to some people that work in like mayoral candidates and stuff, and they've told me that that is a very viable way to like make change. I just don't know anything about it. But number 1 and number 2 I've directly experienced. So I know that that's true.
But they're not glitches. I don't think there's any infinite money glitch in the system that hasn't been pulled. And I think the local maxima glitch is you can get a flight to SF cheaper than Vancouver and roll through there, get an O1 visa, start a company, get $500K from one of these incubators and get started and visit your family as much as you want back here when it makes sense. And so we have a local maximum glitch for individual success. We don't have one that fuels our collective success. Yeah. So everyone's going to do what's best for them in their selfish local maximum.
Yeah. So is there anything you've been able to figure out that can like help cause 1 or 2 to happen more often? Like, is there anything is there any ways in which the system can be adjusted or in any way like that? Like when I
think we're all here as examples of people trying to put in that work. Yeah. Right? Like, why are you working on you? Why do I do Toronto Tech Week? Yeah. Or support BetaKit or try to start a company again or any of these things? Why do we invest in other founders and their businesses and give them that early vote of confidence? You're just like, we all play a part in the collective confidence or ability to kickstart the wheel again.
But you seem like when you look at like the older videos, I mean, you're still doing shit, but I mean, when you look at these like older videos, you don't have as much experience as you have now. You haven't seen as many things as you've seen now. And like, you know, you were doing it then, you're like doing it now. And like, has your perception of this thing changed, or is it like, are you looking at this thing thinking like, man, you know, like any frustration or anything like that?
I think naivety is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I think to be extremely successful at one or two, you have to be extremely naive in a good way. I think I've done all my best work in situations where I did not fully understand the scope of the problem or contributing factors to being successful. And I think experience is a really valuable thing, a thing that gives you a lot of gray hair and also lets you more rapidly go through the infinite scenarios like Doctor Strange on the planet of the probable outcomes. And that sucks because you have to trick yourself back into naivety to undertake the extreme effort and risk and pain required to achieve one or two.
Yeah.
And if you have experience, you can see the future that doesn't need to exist. You can see all the possible downsides, the imposter syndrome. Is this good enough? Is this what people like? Should I be doing you can see all the negatives, and you start to chip away at your own belief or conviction in your own brain in the mirrors in the morning of what's possible. And so most mornings I try and put myself into my own reality distortion field with the sole bizarro objective of being naive about what I think is possible in Canada, in Toronto, and by myself.
Totally.
I think that's the only way that you can do one, or to build a company or create a community that creates exponential lasting change. It's a knowing too much sucks too.
Yeah. When you've had like a really interesting experience because you came up as this like guy in Scarborough, then you were like this naive guy. You were like doing these like, you're out there talking. You had a vision of like the future. You had these friends. Jack Cooper became like your friend group. You guys were all having fun.
Got married to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know,
went the whole way.
Exactly. And like you, it was like a very, you had like support, you had like energy as you were moving through it. You know, you had like, it was like this compounding cycle where you had an idea, you would do it, and then it would work and it would create more momentum, and then people would show up to help you, and it just kept growing and growing, and your life started to shift. And then you had this crazy thing happen where like you sold your company to Shopify, and like at one point you didn't know if it was the right decision, and then this company ended up becoming the most successful company in Canada.
In the history of Canada.
In the history of Canada.
Yeah.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
And then
it's fucking insane.
And
it's
then there's
extremely lucky, and it's incredibly insane.
And then there's like wealth that comes out of that. You know, your relationship with like money changes. And I know you, man. Like I know you before, I know you after. I've seen you move. You're just like you're a very, very good person. You're like a really, really, really good person. And I know that because I think like this is something that people don't understand. Like when you have people that are like you know, your friends and people that you see, when they go through an experience like Shopify and they have like shares in the company and it goes like overnight, it becomes very successful. That person's relationship with money changes, right? And you start to see how money can change people, right? And it's a very interesting thing to observe, and I'm glad I've been able to observe it. It's like you can kind of see, you kind of get to see, the person, I feel you would know this better than I do, but from what I saw, I feel like a person gets very tested on who they are for real. what have you like learned through this process? Like, what is something you can share? Because like the experience you've gone through, no one's going to go through something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are not going to go through it. What has it taught you, you know, about, you know, life, business, whatever?
I think I'm
Money.
an extremely lucky person. I also have the privilege of having grown up in an environment where I built a healthy relationship with money, as in there was a healthy amount of scarcity and constraint, but not like money.
Yeah.
And so I built a good relationship with the value of $1, earning $1, saving $1, all the dimensions of the role money plays in your life, and especially thanks to my dad. I know your dad in a similar way, having building a respect for money, but not an obsession with or a self image that is based on how much money you have. And I think work effort and values and ethics and personal accomplishment always far outweighed that. And all of those things are part of like my value set and upbringing that I think are important to understand in coming to the question you're asking, because I think that's all a fortunate experience. And there are people that have different relationships with money based on having extreme scarcity or constraint, right? Or the opposite, where they never, like, there was always so much money, there's no relationship or respect of $1, never thing you ever had to think about. Both extremes have equal challenge, not equal challenge, but you know what I mean, like intellectual challenge. And so I just think in coming through the Shopify experience, you know, you also kind of realize it's all made up anyways. Everything is made up anyway. Like the value of a share and a value of $1 is floating and arbitrary and these kinds of things. And so you have to ground yourself back in like, what are you, like, what did it now enable that it didn't enable before? And when you have a mindset of wanting to build things and everything we've talked about through this conversation, it makes some things easier, but doesn't change what gives you that sense of accomplishment. That still comes not through having or spending money, but through doing hard fucking things. And I think what I've observed in some situations is people relationship with what brings that fulfillment, they lose it, or it reattaches to something that money as a drug is like a thing that can give them that sense of fulfillment easier or faster. But I'm someone where there's no fulfillment without pain, without hard work, without effort, without risk, and doing it your way in your values and these things. And so no amount of money can do that for you, right? You can't run a 10K with any amount of money if you can't fucking run a 10K, right? You can't build, you have lots of money, you can't get product market fit with money. You can have a gigantic, gorgeous community space, studio incubator. You can't get good people to show up to that space with money. Nothing truly valuable in life, you know, other than a nice watch. You know, and so, I have great friends, great partner at home, great communities that have, like, you know, hopefully helped me still be a person that represents those values in the world. And then I use what leverage I'm lucky to have in money to help make other great things get realized in the world for people who have the same value set that are not in it for the money, but need the money to go through the pain.
When you look back at that guy, like the one who did the talk, saying like, hey man, like, does it have to be this way? Like, you know, we're building, why can't we build community? You know, he said, in the talk you said, I never want someone to feel the way I did when I got like stood up for this coffee.
Yeah.
The funny thing is like one of the things I remember about you is you were just, I was like, oh, this guy's down to like meet anybody for coffee.
Yeah.
It was like, you were just always on these like coffee walks. And, I don't know how your brain wasn't like fucking jacked up off all this caffeine or whatever, but like,
That's the problem.
but what do you think, like looking back, what do you think like that person would think of like what happened now and like what you think you should do next? Honestly.
I don't think that person would have thought that he would have as much optionality as he does now. And I think he would want me to work harder than I had ever worked before, regardless of that. And I am here in this moment in time and period in my life trying to be in the wildest dream outcomes that person could have imagined and stay true to what he would have expected me to do about it. And that involves being all the things about ambition and pain and effort and company building, community building, these things, and entirely unconceivable dimensions at that point in time of raising a family, being a good husband, being a good son, being a good friend, and how hard those things get, and just trying to reconcile that all to build a better Canada we can all be proud of.
It's cool, man. It's a wrap. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Good slug.
Thank you for everything, man.
Thank you. My bad.
Solid, man.